What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. I'm going to do my best not to yell tonight because I was in the music studio for a couple hours earlier today and did a toll on my voice. So we're going to try to keep it more chill tonight. We got the San Antonio Spurs playing a team they've beaten twice in October. I know one game was preseason. The Spurs are 2-0 against the Magic. So this is a must-win game for San Antonio. If they lose this one, we are pretty much one of the worst, if not worst, teams in the league. I hope it doesn't come down to that. I think we're better than that. We've had a lot of competitive games for whatever reason. I can't close them out. I don't know what to say. Good evening, Zachary. Appreciate everybody stopping in on a Friday. Wow, we have a very tiny crowd. A record low for a start of a stream. Have people given up on the Spurs already? Good evening, Jeffrey. The Spurs better have this. Let me tell you. They lose this game, wow. Nyaka Protol's still out, health and safety protocol, but man, if they lose this game, then I think fans are just gonna. I think some fans are already tuning out. They're 2-6. I don't remember what they started last year. I feel like we weren't this bad. -3 over 212. Fire shot, I'm good. My voice is a little shot from singing earlier today, so I can't be yelling Thunder Dunk of Justice tonight. It's going to be weird calling a game and intentionally trying not to yell. Hopefully I won't have to. Hopefully the Spurs will be up big like they were last time at the end of the third quarter. Then maybe we can see some of our young guys. Josh Primo, I think, is with the team right now, so that would be great. I don't know what's going on. They're not good. Good evening, Evan. Did we start last year 3-0? Gosh, I don't remember that. That seems like so long ago in a very different team. Jax Cordy, good evening. Right, Evan? And if we're playing a 2-7 team, and I just mentioned it for anybody just coming into the chat, we're 2-0 against the Magic in the last month. One game is a preseason game, but we beat them in the regular season, blew them out in the opening game of the season. In a close game, if I remember correctly, during the preseason. So we've beaten this team twice, so there's no reason we shouldn't beat them a third time. Now, Jakob Poeltl was there for the two previous games. He's not going to be there tonight. That being said, I still think we should win this game. Good evening, Lucas. Channel member, thank you for your support. Good evening, Nate. Selena's back. Nothing could go wrong. I hope so. Also, about 2 years ago, I found your stream crazy. Wow. The time does pass fast, man. This team has changed a lot in the last 2 years. All the vets are gone. DeMar DeRozan, Patty Mills, Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge. It's a brand new team. Really the only vet. Oh, the only vet over 30 is Thaddeus Young. Doug McDermott, I think, is the next oldest player at 29. They're very young. Good evening, Mario. Van Gaal's 49. We can win. Time to piece everything together and get 24 more. Is that so Pop can tie the record or break the record? Joe Spurs by 4? Gosh, I hope so. I'm looking forward to what Vassell will do tonight. Lay a goose egg or be that. You know, that has been kind of the story with any of the San Antonio Spurs. They have a great game one night, and then the next night, DeJounte's been fairly consistent. My man, Keldon, I was looking at his statistics after after our last loss, and I realized he's gotten worse. Field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and 3-point percentage every single year in the league. He's a downward trend for every shooting percentage since his rookie year. Now, yes, his rookie year was a very small sample size, but it was still, and yes, a high percentage, but still. Last year, and then this year, it seems like he's regressing instead of progressing. And I think he's maybe trying to do too much, and teams are figuring out his offense, and just, it's becoming predictable. Just clog the paint, and he's going to throw up a wild shot. Drew's back in the starting lineup. Of course he is. Good evening, Butterfly. Selena's gone blonde? I don't think I like that. That doesn't fit. No. You're hating 75% of the season right now. Drew sucks. I'm sorry, but at least have him on the bench if you're going to play him. Both our guards destroyed the Magic last time, so yes. I hope Jacques Lindell plays. I have a feeling. I mean, look at Wednesday's game. It was against the Mavs. Drew Eubanks started. Thaddeus Young got a bunch of minutes off the bench. Then by the end of the game, not only were we running a small ball lineup with Thad at center, then we went extra small ball, and Doug McDermott was essentially our center, a 6'8" forward. That super small ball lineup, I am not a fan of. We had three guards and two forwards out on the floor, and Pop is really experimenting right now. Some people are saying he's intentionally tanking without making it obvious he's tanking, but I'm not a fan of this extra small ball. I hope a lot of the guys get out. Keldon gets out of his funk. Look her up. I will butterfly. I think because Jock had the concussion. Yeah, see, Leo, though, that was 2 weeks ago. The NFL, I mean, I'm a New York Giants fan, unfortunately. Both my teams are 2-6. Daniel Jones came back a week after getting knocked a loopy, and he's in a heavily, a sport with heavy contact. So I don't think we can use the concussion thing anymore. They're just not, Pop's just not playing him. He played 5 productive minutes against, who did he play 5 productive minutes? Pacers, when we were getting blown out in that game. He's probably not going to play tonight. Dan lacks common sense. To be honest, if it would be lucky to get the first pick, I think we're just trying to tank. Yeah, a lot of folks are saying that, Evan. Is Pop trying to tank without making it obvious that he's tanking? Possibly. But I don't think so. The Spurs historically don't tank. This just could be a case where we're just not good. Um, we're just not good. I don't know what else to say. The thing that sucks is that it sucks watching your team lose. It's multi bad for me. It sucks watching your team lose, and it hurts the channel. So not only does it hurt me as a fan, it hurts me as a content creator because if your team is playing poor, fans lose interest very quickly and either stop watching or just stop watching. So it's a double whammy. I mean, usually these Spurs streams, we have 75 to 100 people before the game starts. I just peeked to see what kind of crowd we got, and we have an extremely small crowd because I think people are waiting for the game to start, or people are just not interested in the Spurs, and they're probably tired of players like Josh Primo and Jock Lindell not getting playing time when we're giving all this playing time to Drew Eubanks, Thaddeus Young, Bryn Forbes, and we know what we have with all three of them. It's an organic tank. Nice. Come on now, like why we're not playing Jacques, we just signed him tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Lucas. I appreciate everybody that is here. I'm just saying it. This is a double whammy for me when the Spurs aren't playing well, as my team's losing, and it hurts the channel. Still at work? That's true. Thank you, Dan. No, I'm just stating a fact. I'm sorry. It may sound like negative. It's just when the Spurs keep losing, it is going to hurt my channel. I mean, look at teams that are winning and have superstars, and then look at people that call, the sorry group of us that follow teams that aren't very good. I mean, if I was doing the Spurs back in 2014, I mean, I wasn't doing this type of YouTube stuff. It would probably be very different. I'm hoping they can turn it around on a personal note, just a selfish note, but just as a fan, as a sports fan, my two favorite teams suck. I don't know how else to say it. The Giants are 2-6. The Spurs are 2-6. That's not a good feeling in early November when your football team is already eliminated from pretty much any playoff contention in their division, and then your basketball team's digging themselves in a hole that they might not be able to get out of when they're in a very difficult conference in early November. I saw we have the highest corner threes Jack scored. Was it like 55%? So we probably should be shooting those a lot more. But thank you for bringing that up. You showed that on NBA League Pass. The Spurs are killing it on the corner three right now. 55%, but Silent Hooper, true story. Good evening, Tyron. Benji, what's going on? Yeah, my goodness, if they try to put Doug McDermott at center again, I can't scream because I don't have a voice to do that. For anybody just coming in, my voice is a little hoarse, so I'm not going to yell Thunder Dunk of Justice tonight. I was in my music studio for almost 2 hours doing the Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of cover, and that took a toll. And I still need to re-record a couple of parts and then add a second vocal line to another part. So I'm hoping to do that tomorrow if my voice holds up. If not, then on Sunday. In the 80s, 90s, we weren't amazing, but we did have some great players. We did. George Gervin, David Robinson, and then eventually the dynasty with Duncan. Here's our starting lineup. Keldon Johnson, Doug McDermott, Drew Eubanks. I like Drew. Derek White, DeJounte Murray. So it's essentially the same starting lineup we started the season with, except Drew Eubanks playing the part of Jakob Poeltl. Hopefully he plays that part well tonight. For the Magic, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., and Mo Bamba. This is not the starting lineup I was thinking they would go with. Wow. Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Mo Bamba. They must have some guys out. Because the usual starting lineup I have listed is not there. Magic dealing with any injuries? What's going on here? Let's switch my roster around. Wagner, Mobamba, Suggs, Carter, and Anthony. Cole Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't he usually play extremely well against us? Good evening, Abe from Saudi Arabia. Philip, going, what's up? Hey, the players are on the court. And away we go. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. It's the easiest way to support the channel. It doesn't cost a penny. And it looks like people are starting to come in now. That's awesome. And sorry for complaining earlier, but it's tough watching my team lose, and it does hurt the channel. But whatever. I'll be here. I know you guys will be here. Magic win the jump ball. This is a team the Spurs need. This is a game they need to win against a team they've beaten twice in October. Once in the preseason in a close game and absolutely blew them out opening night by like, 20-something. That's when Josh Primo actually got playing time. As a school. Oh, man, Spurs fan. I'm sorry to hear that. Extra smooth, dude. Go Spurs, go. TTV, what's going on? It's Magic Ball right now. 5 on the shot clock. Is anybody else seeing this game clock like gray text on a black background? It's very difficult to read. Why are they doing that? Spurs almost turn the ball over. Derek gets the ball back into Drew Eubanks. Back to Derek White. White into the paint. Back to Drew. Drew will throw it out to Keldon, who's open for 3. Pulls it down. Drives into the paint. Back to Drew. And Drew with a thunder dunk of justice. And that's what we need to see from Keldon more. I want to see that more from Keldon moving forward this year. When he drives into the paint, teams are collapsing on him and cause him to take a bad shot. And more often than not, he's been taking that difficult shot. Find the open man on your team. If they're collapsing on you, dropping 2 guys on you, maybe sometimes 3, you're going to have an open player somewhere. That's a 3-point attempt. Boink, no good for Wendell Carter Jr. Let's get Keldon's assists up if he's having trouble scoring. Now Keldon throws the ball away as he tries to get it to DeJounte, and it was not a good pass. 2-0, 10:50 to go. Good evening, Cowboy X Factor. They do. What's up, Taylor, Edgar? Sad note from the Philippines. Awesome. 2-0. Maybe the game will end with this score. That would be the worst game ever. And wow, a miss at the hoop by Wendell Carter Jr. Gets his own miss, puts it back, gets his own miss, puts it back, and blocked by Drew Eubanks. So I think that was 3 misses by Wendell Carter Jr. on that possession. Shows our severe lack of rebounding, though, when somebody's getting a second and third chance. Keldon with the ball, starts to drive, spins around, throws it out to Drew Eubanks. He takes the 3. No good, and Drew Eubanks is now 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. He had been like 2 for 2 before that. He's now gone from 100% to 50% just like that. 3-pointer down the other way is good. Mo Bamba gives the Magic the lead. That was a corner 3 Drew missed, by the way, and I don't really want to see him doing that whole lot. Keldon looking to pass more. Drives, throws up a tough shot off the front rim, no good. And the rebound goes to Derek White off the Drew Eubanks swat. Doug McDermott for 3, no good. Jalen Suggs with the rebound, and the Spurs bricking a lot to start off the game. It is only 3-2 after 2.5 minutes of basketball. Mo Bamba for 3, no good. DeJounte Murray will bring it up the court as both teams looking like me out there shooting. Derek White, runner in the paint, blocked by Mo Bamba, gets the ball back. Mo Bamba falls down, but he gets up again. You're never going to keep him down. DeJounte fakes a 3, takes off, past Cole Anthony, pulls up for the jumper, no good. It's 3 minutes in, 3-2. Anthony pull-up jumper, good. Turnovers in Brick City. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Keldon into the paint. Out to Derek White. White for the open 3. No good. That's a corner 3 too, by the way. We're missing all these corner 3s. Geez, you're right, Butterfly. Mo Bamba for 3. No good. Can somebody on the Spurs please put it in the hoop? DeJounte out to Derek White, open for 3, takes the 3, and that's a miss. The Spurs are now 1 of 7 from the field to start this game. Oh, my Lanta. Wendell Carter Jr. going to drop it off to Wagner. Wagner back out to Anthony for 3. No good. Right? How they do that? Mr. Blue, they're both rebuilding. How are you going to play like this in front of Selena? Keldon drives into the paint hard and gets fouled. Good evening, the Drew Show. What up, all friends and frenemies? Drew from the Woodlands sending to TR Sports for another Spurs fan fiesta. Also, be keeping an eye on the G League. Yes, yes, yes. That starts tonight, does it? Or did it already start? Pardon my hoarse voice for anybody coming in. Keldon at the line for two. He almost airballed it. Thaddeus Young is already checking into the game. And he must be checking in for Drew. Wow. He made the second one after it bounced around. Yeah, this starting lineup ain't it, Bobby? It's not. Maybe start Jacques Lindell just for the heck of it. See what happens. What do we have to lose? We're 2-6. 5-3. 4 minutes elapsed. That's right. 4 minutes elapsed. The Spurs have 3. Cole Anthony for 3. Good. Kellen's going to bring it up for San Antonio, and this is not the start we were looking for if you're a Spurs fan. DeJounte will get into Thad Young. Thad almost turns it over. Back out to DeJounte. DeJounte pick and roll to the free throw line. Back out to Drew McDermott. McDermott drives. The runner is up and no good. The fight for the board. Wendell Carter Jr. will come down with it. 7.5 minutes to go. 8-3. 8-3. Carter into the paint. Gets blocked by Thaddeus Young. Wants the foul. Not going to get it. Spurs trying to run. Keldon Johnson sprints into the paint. Finds Doug McDermott. Wasn't ready for the pass. Back out to DeJounte. Back to Doug. Well, that was just all clustered. And now Keldon almost loses the ball over the backcourt line, or the half-court line. This is sloppy. Keldon drives. Runner. Good. Runner in the paint. Did you say, oh, my Lanta? Yeah, I did, Taylor. McDormat. He's been very up and down. Still recently coming off a knee injury. Wendell Carter Jr. for 3. No good. 6:50 left. 8-5. This does look a little mediocre so far. DeJounte drives. Out to Derek White. Back to Keldon. Over to Doug. Open for 3. There we go. 8-all. All right, maybe let's start waking up. Why are Spurs playing like they know what they're doing? Angel, I wish I had an answer. I wish I had something. It is magic ball. Gary Harris checked into the game for Orlando. Cole Anthony now the ball whips it into the paint to Carter Jr. Misses the shot, and Derek White will get the loose ball. Spurs looking to take the lead. Cross-court bounce pass to DeJounte. Corner 3 is good for DeJounte. DeJounte's three-point shot has definitely improved lately. There we go. All right. Okie dokie. I will take a 3-point lead after an atrocious start twice on Sunday. Okay, it's something. DJ Tanner. Did DJ Tanner say that? T-minus 71 until Primo the Prince, who was promised debut in the Netherlands of the G League. Wait, do the Austin Spurs play in at like 8:30? Right, Bobby? Good evening, Omar. El Nanny, thank you for stopping in. A trip to Disney World. Spurs starting to wake up a little bit. The Magic were invited to the break party. Hey, wait, why? What's wrong with Trey Jones? He's been okay. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it if you could. See if we can get to 50 before the quarter's over. I don't think Jones has actually played pretty well, and his plus-minus has been decent. I think when we've had Bryn Forbes and Drew Eubanks on the floor at the same time, it's been pretty ugly this season. While DeMar, Aldridge, and Patty are rocking. DeMar is playing great. Now, I know he missed a game winner. Good evening, Leonardo. Lucas Samanic, he's got 6 points tonight. Now, Patty and LaMarcus are in a much different situation. They have one of the best players in the NBA, and Kevin Durant there, who's a prime number 1 option, and James Harden is can still pass the ball. Much different situation they were in San Antonio. How about sandwich? Make some sandwiches out there in the G League. Thank you, Taylor. Christian, we are very due for a win, and this is against the Magic team that is a little worse than us, and a team we beat twice in October. We beat them in the preseason, and we beat them on opening night. Yes, he is, Leonardo. Yes, he is. 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 TS Sports. So you can probably cover the backside of the action. I don't get the Austin Spurs. I'm in Connecticut. I do not get the Austin Spurs games. I'm happy for tomorrow. We lost another good one. Lakers blew another lead against OKC, and it said that historically the Lakers had to depend on LeBron. El Nani, did LeBron not play yesterday? I saw they lost to OKC again. Are OKC's both wins against the Lakers? Without Jakob, no minutes for... Yeah. Yeah. Trey Jones is better at keeping the men in the Brent Forbes. I would agree with that playmaker, Gecko. At least he can play some defense. I like Bryn, but if his shots aren't going in, then he's a liability on both ends. If he's hitting his shots, making some threes, then at least I can deal with his defensive liability. But if he's struggling offensively, then we're not getting anything from him. G League is free and live set. Oh. I will probably end the stream, though, right after the Game of the Drew show. I was in my music studio today for 2 hours. My voice is shot. It doesn't sound it, but it's hurting something wicked right now. Tough shot by Chuma Okeke in the paint. And I'm not on my scoreboard to make it 11-10. So after this game, I'm going to do my point, how many points everybody scored, wrap up, and call it a night. And probably go on Xbox Live. Drew McDormand gets it out to DeJounte Murray. DeJounte picks up his dribble, gets it back to the Doug, over to Keldon. Keldon is going to launch a long shot, and it's good. I think he was just inside the three-point line. Yep, two-pointer. So a very long two. Finally, they fixed their game clock. It was a gray clock on a black background, which made it very difficult to read. Now it's bright white. It's like my clock, or my game score right now. Very easy to read. Anyway, Magic Ball. Wagner just launches an open three. Short. It is Brick City for both teams with 5 minutes to go. Hottest span in the best team. DeJounte pull-up jumper is good. You know what? I've seen DeJounte get a little criticism in the chat. Some saying hero ball at the end or shooting too much, but he is trying to be the guy on the team. And with nobody else really being that guy, fast break, DeJounte Murray into the paint. And the layup is good. And one. Oh, good. No. Heck no. We don't want that in the chat. Ugh. Webcam. DeJounte really trying to be the leader of this team. And I like when, I know he's missed some shots. He missed a game winner against the Lakers. Blew a free throw against the Mavs that may, have changed the complexion of the game. But he is, he's trying. To your Brandon song. Thank you. That's my most watched song by far, but I don't want to promote it on here because it is political. It's, well, not really. It's just kind of going along with the, what's cool right now. But yes, I do a lot of metal. Thank you for checking out the metal channel. I'm having a blast with TSR music, even though I still have videos with 5 views or less. It's very hard to grow musically, so I'm very excited about just putting music up. I love being a musician. I really do. And now a steal by Devin Vassell's checking the game, sprinting up the court into the paint and gets blocked by Carter Jr. Nice steal by Devin, but he maybe should have slowed that one up and not forced it. Anyway, Magic Ball. One of the Carter Jr. It gets rejected from behind by Thaddeus Young. No. It is Spurs ball. Lonnie Walker's checked in, sprints into the paint, and just gets by the Magic defense, and the Spurs are coming to life. See, I get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Enzo, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in, my man. Carter Jr. in the paint. Little jumper is good. Hope you've been well, Enzo. I get it, but I don't get it. Whatever. Spurs up 20-12, 3:42 to go in the first quarter after an extremely sluggish first 4 minutes. They have definitely woken up. And you know what? I hate to say it, but Thaddeus Young at center. Keldon drives to the paint, Euro step, and gets blocked. Gets the ball back and puts it in. Drew Eubanks is not working as a starter. When they brought that in, that completely changed the complexion of the game. I hate to say it. I don't think Carter Jr. for 3, no good. Gary Harris with the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Gary pull-up jumper. Front rim, no good. And the Magic are shooting very poorly. Dude getting 8.4 assists per game. Yeah, Carl, exactly. I think he's leading the team in shot attempts, but he's also leading in assists. He's just going to take a 3. And DeJounte's 3 is short. He had a little bit of a screen, so gave it a shot. Cole Anthony gets it out to Harris. Harris drives. Throws it up off the glass, and nice job by Gary Harris using his body to block off the Spurs, and we're going to have a timeout, 2:44 to go. I really hope Spurs tank. No, no tanking the Prune. No tanking. Enzo, where's your wrench? I've known you for like forever, and I recognize your screen name, and I don't know where your wrench went. Well, it's back. We crowd starting to grow here tonight. Appreciate y'all stopping in. If we could get to 50 thumbs up, I would appreciate you if you could help a brother out. And go Spurs, go! That's Triple H. Go Spurs. Sorry. I had a really long morning in the music studio. Son of Scar, no, I wouldn't stop supporting them. I've been there the last years. Now my channel went on a hiatus earlier this year. I just got burned out because I was doing too much content. That is a thing. I was covering every game, and with their condensed schedule because of the CO to the VID, I was doing 4 to 5 live streams a week. I was doing a game recap the next morning, and then I was just doing videos randomly throughout the week, just making up videos to do. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm not doing content every day on this channel anymore. It's like yesterday, I was like, there's nothing to talk about. There's no news stories. I don't just want to do a video on the Spurs just for the sake of doing a video. And I did that the last 2 seasons, and which burned me out. I'm like, no. If I feel like I need to make a video and I want to make a video, do it. But don't do it just to force content up. And I much prefer the weekly recaps than the daily recaps because now I can look at a team, how they played for a week, and who played, which my next recap will be up Sunday, by the way. Go Spurs go to the people dropping in the chat. And no, Carl Landell hasn't played. Drew Eubanks started, and I like Drew. He's not a starter. He should not be starting ever. Right, Edgar? And you still got to see the game. Yeah, Butterfly. I mean, people sometimes call me a bandwagon. I've told you guys this. Somebody come in and you're like, oh, you're a bandwagon Spurs fan? I'm like, I don't think you understand the definition of bandwagon. Because if myself or any of you were bandwagon Spurs fans, you still wouldn't be a Spurs fan. You would have jumped to the Warriors when they had their 5-year run, and now you'd be a Bucks or Lakers fan, or one of those. So that, I don't know how that makes any sense. Metal is big in South America. Metal was still, yes it is. And I know all those bands still listen to one of those. CC, I got their newest album. Wasn't a huge fan of it. I like George. I just feel like, gosh, the last few albums, well, not, Red vs. Black was different, but overall, he sounds the same almost in every album, and I think that's why I like older CC with Chris better, because his 4 albums, and if you include the EP, he sounded different on every album, whereas George, it's awesome he can keep doing the same voice for so long, but also there's no variety. It's kind of the same vocal style every album. Anyway, back from the timeout, Devin Vassell way out in three-point land for the Spurs. 2:33 left in the first quarter. Over to Derek White. Derek into Thad. Thad finds a KBD who don't want the ball. He get it back out to Derek and just turn it over. KBD had the ball under the hoop but did not have a good shot. It is Magic ball. Terrence Ross has checked in for the Magic, but he's not going to take the shot. That's going to be a very short 3 by Chume Okeke. And it is Spurs ball. Thaddeus Young into the paint. Left-handed layup is good. You know what? Thad has been productive. And I don't like this small ball Thaddeus Young at center lineup per se. But I'll take that in there over Drew or Doug. So maybe we will see Jacques Lindell tonight, as Drew Eubanks has been extremely ineffective. Mo Bamba, what a nice jumper. Gosh, I just realized the Magic only have 16 points with 1:45 left. Vamos, Spurs, vamos. What's up, Drew? Devin Vassell with a tough runner in the paint. It rolls around the rim and one. Is Selena Gomez watching Spurs? Yes, they are. Thank you for coming in, young Stingray, a Magic fan. I'm in Warriors country. California, you true to this and not new to this. Not sure I would call you. I know, Cape. Some people just come in and they're looking to start something. I mean, if you're calling somebody a bandwagoner that's for the last 3 years has been calling a losing team, even though the content doesn't go back that far because I erased all the old streams because I swore on them and things got political at times because the election was last year. I was like, I just want that content gone off the channel. Hit the restart. Turnover by the Magic, and Drew Eubanks is back in the game. Drew, prove me wrong. I don't like being right saying a player hurts us on the floor, but Drew comes in with the Spurs up by 11. Just throwing that out there. Devin Vassell with the ball, pick and roll with Derek White. Into Drew. Drew gets blocked, gets the ball back. And it's a jump ball. Overreaction Friday. Stat starts until Jakob comes back. We'll see. That sure makes us a small team, though. Drew and Chuma. Spurs win the jump ball. 14 on the shot clock. A minute left in the first quarter. Derek just takes a long three. Rattles around, and it's in. Good first quarter. The Spurs started off terribly in the first 4 minutes. They have really started to wake up on offense, whereas the Magic have not woken up. They were asleep in the first 4 minutes and have stayed asleep, and they can stay asleep for the rest of the game for all I care. Almost a turnover for the Magic. They keep the ball, 7 on the clock. And a drive by Jalen Suggs and a layup by Jalen Suggs, 30-18. Lonnie Walker sprints up the court, all sorts of out of control. Throws it out of... Wanted the foul. Lonnie, what are you doing? Lonnie looked like a drunk man running around out there. Just flopping all over the place like a big old floppy banana. Like the fruit, guys, the fruit. You know, banana hanging from a tree. Magic ball. Spurs are always ahead. I would say we're always ahead. We need 2 more thumbs up to hit 50 before the first quarter's over. Can we get 2 more thumbs up? 2 for Little Go Spurs Go Pop thumbs up action with the channel formerly known as the Sports Reaction. Oh, it's 2 free throws for Jalen Suggs. All right. I saw the foul and realized it was a shooting foul. Suggs' first free throw is good. That's the gentleman on the thumbnail. Boy, the Magic must really... Clarence Selena is back. Glad to have her. If only I had a real-life version of a cute girl right here. Taylor, it's not going to be a loud thunder dunk of justice, though. I can't do it after singing for 2 hours earlier today. I can't do it. It's not going to... my throat hurts now. It doesn't hurt, but it's not comfortable. Derek White way out in three-point land. Pick and roll. Drew Eubanks starts to drive. Pull-up jumper. No good. And the Magic should hold for the last shot. 16 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Suggs way out in three-point land. We're on one with Devin Vassell right now. 9, 8, 7. Pick and roll. Suggs starts to take off. Crosses over. Pull-up jumper is a little awkward. It's no good. Going to be knocked out of play. It's going to stay with the Magic. 30-20. 1.8 seconds to go. I mean, Edgar, some coaches do that. Get thrown out of game to try to fire the team up. 1.8 seconds. Ball's inbounded. Baseline 3 is high and off the rim. That was a tough shot. No good. I'll take a 10-point lead. I will take a 10-point lead, all things considered, especially the way we started. Yeah. I'll take that every day. Richard, cute girl will happen when you least... Yeah. You're right, Butterfly. Thank you guys getting me 57 thumbs up. Appreciate you. Yeah. You're right. It'll probably happen when I'm not even, not looking. If Lindell starts, could be interesting because what is DJ, Derek, and Kelvin can have more from him. Yes. Lindell can hit the three-point shot. He would spread the floor, Carl. I'm surprised Jacques is not getting any playing time, though, with Jakob out. Like, they're not even trying just to see what happens. 30-20 against the Magic. That nice score. Yes, it is a nice score, young Stingray. The story of that one Swedish Finnish death metal singer who... yes. Yep, I don't listen to that type of stuff anymore. Darkwing Duck, how's it going? There's some crazy stuff over there. Norwegian black metal. There was a lot of... I used to be into all that stuff until a few years ago. I finally was like, yeah, you know what? This is kind of conflicting with some of my personal beliefs, so I stopped listening to a lot of that. I still like metal, though, and I still like making very heavy stuff, as you probably caught on my channel. And the stuff I'm putting up now, the band we're in a timeout, so I'm just rambling. Telephone Pole Cancer was strictly death metal. My previous band, which I'm starting to put content up here and there for, and some of the stuff I do with that I'm not going to put up because it was, again, against my beliefs, but a lot of it's very tongue-in-cheek, sense of humor, goofy. Well, I don't know. Jacques is on the bench, Bacon. Jacques Lindell is on the bench. I have no words. I know people say that Spurs generally don't play rookies, but is this dude really a rookie? He's 26 years old, was on the Australian Olympic basketball team that won a bronze medal. He was the national NBL Finals MVP. I mean, he's not a rookie per se. Good evening, Landon Markham, Chase Elliott, Fan 9. That's a long channel name, by the way. Congrats on your Cowboys for not sucking this year. They look great. Good old Guar. From Colombia, good evening, Vincent. Shock is warming the bench. Yes, he is. Yeah, I saw Odell Beckham Jr. got waived. I see some people saying the Giants should pick him up. I'm like, for what? We had him when he was good. He's had multiple injuries since he left the team. I don't want him back. He's a diva. Luca Metal song. What would you consider a let Jock play type of song? Edgar, the problem is for current news to try to do a song. I mean, it's really difficult. I'm working on the Rage Against the Machine song, and I really want to stay focused on that and have that done next week. I don't know what I'm going to do for the music video. I like doing Spurs songs, but we'll see. Devin Vassell drives to the paint, throws it over to KBD. That's KBD to the up. Back to Drew Eubanks. Drew in the paint. Gets fouled. And also excited to see Primo. I mean, I'd be more excited if he was on the court right now. Sharif Cooper, 11 in G League for Hawks. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name, the Drew Show. The singer. Yes, he passed away. R.I.P. How's Trey Lyles doing? I don't remember what team he's on. He's not on the Spurs, my man. Not on the Spurs. Jan's Day Photography, good evening. Drew Eubanks' first free throw is no good. That's a shooting foul. I think he forgets too, Spurs fan. Rage Against the That's not my song. I'm doing a cover of Killing in the Name of. That will be very. I'm changing the lyrics that are very similar to events happening now, but I'll leave it at that because it could be considered political in nature, and we don't want that here. That's the turn by Gary Harris. Sorry, Jalen Suggs. I saw the 4. I thought I saw 1. I didn't. Jalen Suggs loses the ball out of bounds. Clifton, go Spurs, go. Jesus bare feet. What's going on? Almost airballed the free throw. Almost to hit the. I believe it hit the bottom of the rim. Good evening, Francisco. Go Spurs, go. It is Spurs ball right now. The game started extremely sluggish for San Antonio, but they've turned it around since the first 4 or 5 minutes. Devin Vassell, fadeaway jumper's no good. I like the move and the shot. If he's adding that to his arsenal, just didn't make the shot. Was very reminiscent of Michael Jordan's fadeaway, which was unstoppable in the 90s. Mo Bamba pulls up for a J. Drops the deuce. Pistons. Son of Scar. Is he doing great? Is he really? Is Trey Lyles timeout? Is Trey Lyles really doing good? Oh man, I gotta look him up right now in Basketball Reference while we're in a timeout. And you could be trolling me. Trey Lyles, Trey Mamba. That's his nickname, Trey Mamba. He's played 8 games, 16 minutes a game, shooting 40% from the field, 32% from beyond the arc. 83% free throw, 4 rebounds, 1.4 assists. He is averaging 8.5 points per game in 16 minutes, which is more than he averaged in his last 2 years with the Spurs. The last 2 years with San Antonio averaged 6.4 and 5 respectively. So yeah, actually, he is doing great by his standards. Field goal percentage is kind of duty, but I mean, whatever. He's scoring 8.5 points a game off the bench. So yeah, I mean, all things considered, he is doing great. Good for him. He's doing all right. Yeah, all right, but hey, he's playing. And Pop is burning it. Pop loves to make sure he has no timeouts when that clock hits 0, or sometimes way before that. I predict Derek White and Lonnie Walker aren't on the team at this time next year. William, I've been thinking about that too. I've almost thought about doing a video on it. Like, did we overrate some of our younger talent and kind of put them on a pedestal and look at them with our Spurs goggles and say, oh, yeah, Derek White is, could be one of the best guards of the NBA. Bubble Derek, Denver Nugget Derek. And then when I look at Derek, I like Derek, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, he's the highest paid player on the team. Has he been that much of a difference maker this year? He was hurt last year, but he's healthy, and we got a Josh Primo waiting in the wings. I mean, Lonnie, we have just so many players that are kind of similar and do the same thing where they're consistent. Derek White, Lonnie Walker, Devin Vassell. Yeah, there's different degrees of offense and defense, but we just have a lot of guys that are in that 6'4" to 6'6", 6'7" range that can play usually the two, maybe the three, and having just a bunch of similar players on the team and no superstars is not going to get it done. So I don't know what's going to happen with Lonnie or Derek over the. Well, Lonnie could be gone after this season. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Playing for Pop does not have the same energy as it used to. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too. I the prune, I do agree with that. I've thought that too. He's had so many toe injuries. I don't think he's the same player. And Phil, I agree with what you're saying too. I mean, I Pop is one of the greatest coaches of all time. But we also have to remember Pop is in his early 70s. Greg Popovich has been coaching in the NBA for 25 years. The game today is not even remotely close to what the game was 25 years ago. The game has changed and evolved. Has he evolved with it? I don't know. Devin with the runner in the paint rolls around and rolls out off of the rim. Too much gusto, and he had that shot and it just kind of rolled back out on him. So I'm not saying the game is not saying it's passed them by, but I'm questioning if it has passed them by. Magic almost turned them all over. Mo Bamba gets it back. 8 on the shot clock. Bamba to Terrence Ross. Ross back to Bamba. Wide open for a huge dunk in the paint. Oh, dang it. I'm not on my scoreboard. 31-24. 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Kellner, Primo, or Vassell get to the end of rookie extensions. A lot of this roster will be dust, including the coach. But well, I don't see Pop being coming back next year. But you never know. Derek White, pull-up jumper. Bounces around a couple times. It finally goes in. This rim is not very kind down on the Spurs end. Pop is boring. Son of Scar, that's a fair assessment. Maybe excitement over, actual talent. And a nice job by Franz Wagner getting to the rim but couldn't convert on the layup. It is Spurs ball up 33-24. Derek White starts to drive. Will lift up his dribble. Gets it out to KBD. KBD into the paint. Pull-up jumper at the free throw line is almost an air ball. Pop really likes KBD, Keita Bates-Diop. I mean, I don't have anything against him. I just don't think offensively he gives us anything. Nice drive by Jalen Suggs. That may have been partially blocked. Spurs running the ball up the court. Derek out to Devin Vassell. Vassell back to Derek, and they'll just reset the offense. Yeah, to Drew in the paint. Drew throws up a hard layup. No good. Wanted to foul. Not going to get it. Not today. Down the other end, a very difficult layup by R.J. Hampton as he took it into the paint. A little too high off the glass. No good. Spurs ball. Field goals this quarter. Spurs a measly 1 of 5. Magic not much better. 2 of 5. We have another substitution for the Spurs coming. DeJounte Murray getting ready to check back in. Trey Jones in there for the Spurs with the ball out in three-point land. Pick and roll with Drew Eubanks. Trey with the little runner, and it's good. Trey been passing with Derek White. Clarence, interesting, but true. And Wagner gets it to the paint and throws down a right-handed slam on Jamma as he makes the Spurs defense look like pudding. I don't even know what that means, but that's what I went with. Right? Don't let the Magic beat us. What's up, Adam? Go Spurs, go. Hopefully we get a win tonight. Devin gets the ball poked out into the backcourt, picks it back up 10 on the shot clock. Not a backcourt violation. It was poked. Pokey, pokey. Devin to Drew, back to Devin for 3. Long, no good. And Devin Vassell not having a night like he did on Wednesday, missing more shots than he's making tonight. He's a young player. Got to expect inconsistencies. Wagner drives on KBD, backs up. 9 on the shot clock. Derek White trying to body up Mo Bamba. Oh, mama. A little bit of rotation, and now Hampton with the ball drives to the paint. Gets blocked by Devin, but we're going to get a foul, it looks like. A Trey in small portions. Eubanks is a ghost out there. Trey, I think, shown some signs of being a capable player. Was that knocked out of play? Was that not a foul? The Spurs ball? I don't know what's going on. They're showing Pop. That doesn't tell me who has the ball. Pop. It's 2 free throws. All right. Hampton at the line for 2. He wants draft and he wants it for Ruby Rob. Drew, I don't get some of these rotations. Yep, that was a clean block. You're right, Bobby. They showed the replay. We've had some bad calls go against us this year. I mean, it's going to happen. I just no point in. Good morning, Jay. Thank you for stopping in. That was a bad call, Butterfly. It was. And you know what? The ball doesn't lie. You missed them both. Ball doesn't lie. DeJounte has checked back in. So has Thaddeus Young and Kelvin. You get the ball to Devin in the paint. Devin with the layup. Nice job. Devin getting loose back, kind of somewhat backdoor. Easy. It's because of his age. I mean, at some point you got to retire, right? Don't you? Find Cole Anthony going backdoor and rejected by Devin Vassell. No whistle on that one. Devin maybe struggling a little offensively, but definitely playing some really good defense, which he's probably one of our top 3 defenders at this point. At least top 4. That open for 3, doesn't want any of that. Drops it off to Kelvin. Kelvin starts to drive. Takes a free throw line jumper. Back iron, no good. No, we don't, Mike. What's up, Ryan? Thank you for stopping in. We don't have a star yet. Hopefully one. I mean, I think DeJounte's the closest to breaking out this year. And Wendell Carter Jr. loses a dribble out of bounds. Spurs ball. 6:18 to go. Spurs up 37-26 in the second quarter. Ball don't lie, Richie. Yeah, Devin really. Yeah, Devin's looking good. Richie, he could be a really good two-way player for us next year. Just polish his game just to load up a little bit. But yeah, he's definitely developing, and we'll see. Bryn Forbes is checked in. Yay. He'll get the ball over to Kelvin. Back to Doug McDormand. Over to Thad. Thad gets it back to Kelvin. Kelvin will throw it out to DeJounte, and they're just playing hot potato right now. 4 on the shot clock. DeJounte with the ball. Back to, well, he just throws it right to Gary Harris. He's not on your team. That's a turnover. He's trying to force it into Thad with the shot clock expiring. Shot clock violation, one bit of turnover too, so it is what it is. Cole Anthony, the Spurs killer, with the ball right now. Launches it out to Carter Jr. for 3. Point, no good. Offensive rebound for... That's what offensive rebounds do. They get a 3 after the miss. I didn't see who shot it, but there you go. Second chance points, and there's 3 of them. The Doug with the ball gets it over to Thad. Thad into the paint. Throws it apart with the left hand. Rolls around and finally goes in. Spurs still up by 10. 5:15 to go. Hopefully Magic don't go on a run now. Jeez, I hope not. Bryn just gets annihilated by Cole Anthony. Well, we have a whistle on the Spurs. Selena's lucky? I would say I'm the lucky one. Zach, I wish he was... I'd like to do this. I'd like to look at all the lottery picks from this season. How many of them are in the G League? Are we the only team in the NBA that sent their lottery pick to the G League? 5:08 to go, non-shooting foul, 39-29, Spurs up by 10. But seriously, are we the only team that sent their lottery pick to the G League this season? And now another whistle. I don't know who that's against, but I think it's against the Spurs. Who's stepping up? Nobody's having a great game, per se, for the Spurs right now. We're up by 10, not necessarily because we're playing great offense. The Magic are just missing everything. So I'll say we're playing good defense as well. But offensively, I don't believe anybody's having a monster game. I just saw this team interview where KJ says his 3 favorite things are archery, hunting, and fishing. Really, Kelvin? Sandwich has 15? Of course he does. Never quite could get that to translate to the NBA, though. He played good with the Austin Spurs last season. Played fantastic. And then with us, there's one there. 10 on the shot clock. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Gary Harris starts to drive. Free throw line jumper. Back iron, no good. And Kelvin will chase that rebound down. Yeah, Luka. Hey, Alpha, good evening. And now Thaddeus Young gets... Looks like he got tripped, but it's going to be an offensive foul against the Spurs. AB, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Hey, Rich. Hey, Joe. Where you going with that? Basketball in your hand. Hope you're doing well. This game kind of hollow for me because we know that they can only beat teams convincingly that are clearly worse than they are. That kind of feels like that. Good evening, Joe. I think somebody's hit some threes, Joe, but I don't know off the top of my head who's hit the three-pointers for the Magic. Wagner with a runner, no good. Wendell Carter Jr. with an offensive rebound, and that is good. A lot of second chance points for this Magic team, and why? Because we're too small. This small ball's driving me bananas. Keldon with a jump hook in the paint, and it's good. That little baby jump hook, a little something different for his repertoire. 41-31, 4:15 to go. Wendell Carter Jr. dropping off to R.J. Hampton. Hampton in the paint. Deals it out, and a runner by Anthony is short, and the rebound falls to Kellen Johnson. Here come the Spurs, 4 minutes to go. 41-31. Jante out to Doug. Doug starts to drive into the paint. Doug with the layup, and Doug McDermott can't make the layup. Thaddeus Young gets down, looks for the foul, not going to get it. Get back up and play some defense, my friend. Wide open three from the baseline is no good for Franz Wagner. Jeez. That's a bro 565. How you doing? Demon guard. GSG all day and all the night. DeJounte drives, throws it high up off the glass. No good. That was forced. I like DeJounte being aggressive. I don't like a clearly forced shot. Cole Anthony into the paint. Takes it at Keldon. No good. DeJounte with the rebound. And both teams getting ice cold as we pass the 3-2-1 marker in the game, and we have a timeout. Troy Jacques has not played 1 second. He's not played 1 second. Doug quit being a slug. Bobby got no love for DeJounte Murray. He's not your prototypical point guard though. He's got a bit of a scorer's mentality. I mean, he was like that last year, so I mean we can't expect a whole lot different. Edgar, we are lucky. The Magic are slightly worse than us. They are 2-7. We are 2-6. Wow. Robert, are the Magic the worst team in the league? Wow, Butterfly DJ's not a leader. I mean, I don't know what happens on the court and off the court. I mean, I know what happens on the court with my eyes, but I don't have the sound up, so I can't hear if he's directing, the team or leading the team in that regards. I mean, he is our point guard. He's having a good year, averaging almost a triple-double on a team that really... I mean, who on the Spurs offense, if you're game planning for the Spurs, who do you look at their roster and say, we need to stop that player? Nobody, right? I'm not trying to disrespect the Spurs we have, but is there anybody in the roster that makes you go, we need to stop that person tonight or we're going to lose the game? Don't have that guy right now. We're indeed the only team in the league to send our lottery. Oh, Zachary fact-checked me. Thank you. We're the only team in the league to send our lottery pick to G League. Good grief. Westbrook type of guy. Yeah, I can't argue that. Game plan for Drew Eubanks. I like Drew. He's started 2 games with Yak out and hasn't really shown us much. I really wish Pop would just stop being stubborn with Jacques Lindell and give him some minutes to see what the dude has. Silent Hoop, there's a lot of DJ shade on my channel. A lot of people are not. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to see an argument start in the chat. If you're a fan of him, that's great. If you're not a fan, that's fine too. But he is still wearing a Spurs uniform, and I'm going to root for him as long as he's wearing one. Lucas Sandwich is playing the G League. Wish we had. Right, Joe? Let's go, Knicks. Is that for Luka Cole? David, go Spurs, go. Devastel, games with 15-plus points. 1 last season, already 4 this season. Interesting stat from Yokiri Taco Bell. Yeah, Robert, that... Let's not talk about that, dude. Austin 3:16 left in the second quarter, a.k.a. first half. Drew Eubanks in there with Bryn Forbes. And that lineup, I believe, is usually done as bad. When Bryn and Drew are on the floor at the same time, I feel like the Spurs start to lose leads. DeJounte drives. Layup is no good. Going to be knocked out of play by Drew. And it'll be magic ball. Hey, Brandon. I like DJ. The man's almost averaging. Now that I would agree with Zachary. Pop's rotations have me scratching my head at times. Like, what are we doing? I can't argue that Butterfly. Kawhi Leonard was a superstar, two-way player. DeMar, not. Let's be honest, not in the same level. And when they were traded, Kawhi had already been a two-time Defensive Player of the Year and an NBA Finals MVP. DeMar had been an All-Star with that. That was it. And yeah, I like LaMarcus, but he wouldn't be considered a superstar. That's a missed layup for the Magic. Spurs ball, 2:40 to go in the first half. Derek over to Drew. Drew into the paint, loses the ball out of play, and it's going to stay with the Spurs. I DJ fan, but I think he must have been the best player so far this year. Edgar, I wouldn't argue that. And Jakob. Don't forget Jakob. Jakob has actually been surprisingly good this year. Like people are saying DJ's average on the first man stat on all players. He was like number 8. Did not know that. And Doug McDermott with a deuce, 43-31. Every time Eubanks has had the ball, you cringe. Yeah, I hear DeMar's been killing it in Chicago. I should look up his stats at halftime, see how DeMar's doing. Jalen Suggs into the paint, throws up a tough shot, makes it. And Doug McDermott gets floored with a block. That's an and one. 43-33. Jalen Suggs going to the line. 2:17 left in the first half. I mean, I hate to admit it, Butterfly, but Kawhi was a fantastic player up until his last year with San Antonio. He was a very good offensive player and a shutdown defender. When he went to Toronto, started focusing on his offense more, and now that he's in LA, that defensive type player of the year talk is done. He's not that player anymore. Still a good defender, but not DPOY. Doug, over to Drew. Drew back to DeJounte, pick and roll with DeJounte. DeJounte pulls up for the short jumper. It's good. And DeJounte's been very consistent with that jumper for the most part this year. 2 minutes to go. Possibly Zachary. And now a turnover. Spurs trying to go fast break. Keldon Johnson sprints into the paint. Throws it up. No good. We're going to have a block on Cole Anthony. 2 free throws coming for Keldon. Butterfly, that's everybody on the team, though. We can say that about everybody. Almost everybody on this team has had a really good game followed by a stinker. I hate to say it, but just about everybody on this roster has been inconsistent. Probably actually one of the more consistent players has been Jakob. Go figure. Kelvin's been extremely up and down this year. He does make the first free throw. Lonnie's all over the place. Devin's been up and down, at least offensively. DeJounte's been fairly consistent. Bryn's been all over the place. Derek's been kind of all over the up and down. So, I mean, just everybody's been very up and downsy, which is probably why we have a losing record. I would agree with that. Yes, Kawhi was definitely at his peak with the Spurs. It is Magic ball. Spurs running a trap. You get the ball into the paint, and a layup attempt by Chume Okeke is no good. Ball's going to go out of play. Going to stay with the Magic. Spurs up 47-34. Wikipedia. We do need Lendell. He's on the bench. Edgar, this is true. I mean, is that all he's doing in Chicago? Just a scoring machine? Is that all they're asking him to do? That's a miss and a rebound by Derek White. I didn't see who took the shot for the Magic. Whatever. Doug thinks about a 3, pulls it down, and rifles it in to Cole Anthony and picked off by Gary Harris. So that's a turnover and an easy fast break layup for Chume Okeke at the other end. 47-36, minute 15 to go. Spurs are in the bonus. Wow. Your show. $100. Derek White with the ball right now. Derek hasn't scored much tonight, has he? I feel like I've not said his name. Has he got 2 points? 5 on the shot clock. Keldon with the ball. He's going to have to force a shot. He steps on the line, takes a 3, no good. That's a 2-pointer. Drew with the offensive swats it right to Gary Harris, who's also not on the Spurs. And now a turnover for the Magic to try to force the ball in the paint, trying to get it to Mo Bamba. And that's easily picked off by the Spurs as all the passing lanes were clogged up. Bad pass there. 4 steals for the Spurs tonight, 3 for the Magic. 47-36, 35 seconds left to go in the first half. Derek White, pick and roll Drew Eubanks. And now throws up an awkward left-hand layup. No good. Late whistle, and we're going to have a foul. Looks like on the Magic. DeRozan with the Bulls, 34. He's averaging 34.9 points a game? What? No. Nice glazing bacon. Vagos, good evening. DeMar, he's not averaging 34.9 a game, is he? Holy moly, if he is. Drew Eubanks is at the line for two. Okay. There must have been a off-ball foul. Spurs up by 12, looking to get their biggest lead of the game, which would be 13. Take a nice lead into the halftime. 22 into halftime. 27.4 seconds left in the second Q. Drew's second free throw bounces around, drops in. Spurs are up by 13. Okay. So when our big guys, instead of jumping hard and grabbing the ball, they slap it like it's volleyball. Yak does that a lot too, Bobby. They like to jump up and try to swat it. Number 3 against number 3. Chume Okeke going against Calvin Johnson. 18 seconds left in the half. About a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock, roughly, give or take. Cole Anthony, step back 3. Back iron, no good. Eubanks with the rebound. DeJounte will sprint up the court, gets it to Derek White. White drops the ball, and that's the half. Well, that's an anticlimactic ending. But we are up big against a team, well, that we've beaten twice in October. Carl, every Spur who left? Think so? Yeah, actually. I want to see Primo. I mean, I'm not going to watch the Austin Spurs game tonight, but I hope Primo plays well. And if he lights it up, Spurs fans are going to call for him to get some playing time. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. For Orlando, Wagner with 2, Carter with 4, Mo Bamba with 9, Anthony with 5, Suggs with 7. Those are the starters for the Magic. Coming off the bench, Gary Harris 2, Chume Okeke 4, RJ Hampton with 3. Terrence Ross has played 9 minutes and has not scored. Let's take a look at our San Antonio Spurs. One wins with the Spurs fan. I mean, the little bit we've seen of Josh Primo is really good. Keldon Johnson having actually an okay night. He's got 11, 6, and 2 in the first half and plus 12. Actually, everybody in the starting lineup has a positive except for Drew Eubanks. Everybody's double-digit positive except for Drew, who's -1. Sorry, Drew, it's a fact. Keldon plus 12, Doug plus 10, Derek and DeJounte plus 12. Anyway, Doug with 5 points, Drew with 5 points, Derek with 5 points, DeJounte with 10, 8, and 2. So not many assists for DeJounte, but 8 rebounds, so he should get a double-double tonight. Off the bench, and I don't like this. This is what I don't like about the Spurs right now. We have 5 guys that start, and then we've played 6 guys off the bench. Pop's been going with this 11-man rotation. Thaddeus Young with 4, Lonnie Walker with 2, and Thad. I mentioned earlier when Thad came in the first quarter to turn things around. Thad, although he's not filling up the stat sheet, the Spurs are plus 14 with him on the floor. Lonnie with 2 in only 6 minutes. Devin Vassell with 5, Kita KBD with 0, Trey Jones with 2. Bryn Forbes played 3 minutes. Has no stats. Seriously. He only played 3 minutes. No shots, no rebounds, no assists, no turnovers, no blocks, no fouls. Zeros across the board. Man, I hope Shot gets to play too, Haiti, but I'm not feeling good. Bobby, I'm not sure the system we have works for the players we have. Let's take a look at DeMar DeRozan in Chicago. You guys mentioned he's killing it. I pulled up a little basketball reference. Somebody said 34.9. I can't imagine he's averaging 34.9 points a game. I mean, if he is, that's great, but I would be really surprised because his career high is 27 with Toronto when he was in his 20s. He's like, what, 32 now? 27 points a game. He's played 8 games, shooting 50% from the field, 39% from beyond the arc, and he's taken 2.3-point attempts a game, 88% free throw, 5.4 rebounds, 6.1 rebounds, 3.6 assists. So his rebounds are up, his assists are down, but he's at small forward where he should be there, or at shooting guard. We had him at power forward at times. And, 27 points a game, which is the second highest he's ever done. He had 27.3 back in 2016 and 17 when he was 27 with Toronto. So, DeMar having his best year. Better year this year than all 3 of his Spurs years. Wow, that's good to see. Whatever. Congratulations to him. He's succeeding outside of San Antonio. Yep. William Icata 227. The Thunder are a good team. Josh Giddey is for real so far, and Shea Gilgeous Alexander is all-star caliber talent. Also coached, I can't say his name. Daniel seems more incompetent. He'll not be getting. Nope. OKC will not be a gimme. Is that we play Sunday? They're going to be 190 points in the game. It's not looking good right now. They're only at 85. Gosh, the Magic only have 36 points? I just realized that. Proud of every ex-Spur. Except for Jonathan Sippins. DeMar found his team. Yeah, Chicago is deadly right now. They are not to be overlooked. People aren't mentioning Chicago much, but they got their big three. They've got their big three, so I mean, you never know. I got $1,500 on the Magic my wife left me. Do you have any points with that? Like plus 10 or plus 15? Or is this just straight up? 1,500 on the Magic. Spurs fan averaging like for the year? He's averaging close to a triple-double. Tonight I think I saw he had 10 points and 8 rebounds. Who's this lady shaking her butt? There's a band playing. Some 70s porn star looking guy is rocking the guitar right now. Oh my goodness. I can't hear this. I don't know if I want to. This dude's faces are... Oh my goodness. Is anybody else watching this halftime show? We do need a big three, Butterfly. We don't have even a big two right now. I got 10 on my Spurs by 4. Okay, Joe. If Selena's in your side, our team will win. Josh, I hope that's true. Oh boy. Whose wife left him? I've never had a wife Spurs fan, so you can't leave with somebody can't leave that you don't have. Blue Stone Surge, is this the name of the band? Okay. Who was our big one, right? DeJounte right now I would probably say has been the best player on the team this year. Just statistically speaking. But yeah, we don't really have a... This girl can really move her hips. Okay. Man, those were the days. I still remember that block against Steph. Yeah. We can all harp on the big three as much as we want. The big three are gone but not forgotten. But that's, I mean, that was a special time. And all 3 draft picks. All 3 drafted by the Spurs. This wasn't, hey, let's build a super team and try to win something. This was homegrown talent, which makes that whole David Robinson, Tim Duncan morphed into Timmy, Manu, and Tony just more special. Those were all drafted players. And Jacques is one of the best for players. You mean Jakob Poeltl? Nets 39 with the Pistons. Really? The Pistons are, wow. Jacques is doing very well when he's on the floor. I would agree. I'm watching some halftime show, Spurs fan. It's for this game. There's a halftime show, and I don't... There's a band. There's a drummer, 2 guitars, a bass player, and then there's a female singer, and she just can't keep her body still. She's constantly moving around. I mean, she's a good dancer. Better than I am, that's for darn sure. Those hips don't lie. Who's the best player right now in the NBA or on the Spurs or on the Magic? For the Magic, I'm not sure. I don't follow them enough. For the Spurs, probably DeJounte and Jakob. I see. Yes, Gabriel, we are. Yes. What's up, Nick? Thank you for stopping in. Any chance we could land a superstar player? Land Yanks? Spurs are a small market, so having free agents sign with us is something that doesn't happen typically. That's why LaMarcus Aldridge, so many people respect him for coming to San Antonio. Well, he didn't really exactly leave a big market in Portland. A superstar coming to San Antonio? Not likely. I think I cursed Kawhi. I bought a Kawhi doll and was holding the legs, shaking them, cheering, and that was the game. Wow. Terrence Ross? All right, Carl, thanks. I don't follow the Magic enough. I know Suggs is the rookie, but I wouldn't imagine he's their best player right now. Gotta stop here to sports. Oh, thanks, DJ the Legend. Thank you for stopping in. I'm ready for the third quarter. Seriously, is anybody else watching the halftime show? This girl can't stay still. I love her energy. Nick, are we close to last place? We're 2-6. That's got to be bottom three in the Western Conference, I would think. I haven't checked lately. Some people have saying they want to get Cat. As a Laker fan, I'm not supporting the Clippers. I'm supporting Spurs or Boston. Okay. What's going on with the Lakers this year, by the way? Did they team chemistry a thing right now? They've not been as good as I thought they would have been, and they've lost to OKC twice, which kind of makes me worry about the OKC game week coming up on Sunday. Because you look at the record of the Thunder and you think, yeah, it should be a win, but then you look at their wins and you're like, well, I don't know, maybe not. Who was the best team in the WC, the Western Conference? I don't know. Crap, we suck. Always. I'll pull up the Western Conference standings since we're talking about it, because I honestly don't know right now. NBA. Western Conference standings. What do we got? Western Conference. The best team are the Utah Jazz, 7-1. The Golden State Warriors are right behind them, 6-1. Then the Mavs at 5-3. Grizzlies 5-3. Suns 4-3. The Lakers 5-4. The Nuggets and Kings round out the top 8, 4-4. You got the Clippers at 3-4 with a losing record. They've won 2 in a row. They were actually 1-4 at one point. Was Kawhi not playing? The Spurs are 13th right now. They actually have the Thunder ahead of us. Because the Spurs are 0-4 in the conference. That's why they're ahead of us. We're 0-4 in the Western Conference. Rockets are 1-7. They've lost 6 in a row. The Pelicans are 1-8. They lost 5 in a row. Eastern Conference, just for a Haas, the 76ers are number 1 at 7-2. And the Heat and Bulls are right there at 6-2. Where are the Nets at? Nets are 5-3 in 5th place. The Eastern Conference has 9 teams over 500. The Bucks are 500. What, the Buck? So 10 teams 500 or better in the Eastern Conference and 8 teams in the Western Conference. So the Eastern Conference, as it stands right now, actually the stronger conference. The Pistons are rock bottom in the Eastern Conference, 1-7. The Magic are the next worst team at 2-7. Dang, I didn't realize we were in 13th place out of 15 right now. When's the last time we finished that low in the standings? What did we finish last year? I don't remember. It wasn't good. Good evening, Ben. Lasers can't stop SGA. Okay. Yeah, Jay, I caught the name of the band on the banner. I didn't hear any of the music. I just saw the weird faces the guitar player was making. Like, I couldn't tell if he was taking a crap or you know, enjoying himself a little too much. And then the singer was just, she was all busting a move. We were 10th last year. I didn't think we were that bad. So 13th, which would be our worst finish if things stay the course. Will be our worst finish since 96-97, wouldn't it? I don't remember what we finished in 96-97, but we were one of the 3 worst teams in the NBA when David Robinson was pretty much out the whole year, and Sean Elliott missed a ton of time too. That could have derailed the franchise. We were lucky that the ping pong balls went where they went, and Tim Duncan was available, and we drafted him, and the rest is history. Rich, I think the problem with KJ's shot is that he put on so much muscle that his shooting touch has not adjusted his strength yet. But Phil, I thought he lost 10 pounds coming into this season. I think, people use the term hero ball. I think he's at times trying to do too much. And if you're always going to run into the paint and always take the shot no matter how difficult it is, teams are just going to start to collapse on you, force that difficult shot, and miss. I think that's been one thing that's been hurting him this year is he's not hitting his outside shot, so they're not respecting it. And his inside shot is being forced a lot, and I think he really needs to work on, if he's collapsing in the paint and 2 or 3 defenders come at him, that's going to mean somebody's open. The problem is our three-point shooting has been kind of hit or miss. So you're really worried about the Spurs launching threes? Your boy Rob Wedab! Go Spurs, go. Spurs are 2-6 like my New York Giants, Ben. And I'm sorry if I'm not yelling energetically. My throat's a little sore from singing for about 2 hours this morning, and not even singing, just a lot of screaming. So I gotta take it easy. Yeah, Carl. Yeah, I thought he lost 10. He might look. Feel like he may have lost weight, but he might be more toned, which and then would make him look more jacked if he's got more definition. Because in the thumbnail, he looks more jacked, but I think that's just he's more ripped than actual physical size. About to pop open my fourth beer. About to take another swig of my water. Dilly dilly. I thought Pop's contract ran till next year. It's going to be interesting if the Spurs really stink this year and only win like 24 games, and Pop is just short of the all-time record, and the organization then says, we don't want you back. I hope that's not the case, man. That would be worst case scenario. No, they didn't start yet, Spurs fan. I was just changing the thingy up there. Kelvin can hit the three from the corner, but his three-point shot this year has been really bad. He's shooting 15% from beyond the arc. His rookie season, limited sample, of course, and very limited sample. He shot like 55% from beyond the arc. Last season, he dipped to what, 34, 35, and the game has started. Back for the second half, and then this year he's just an abysmal 15%. I'm sorry, 15% is abysmal. Drew Eubanks is out there starting the second half. Derek White, baseline three, no good. Wagner with the rebound. Anthony will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Because it's probably, yeah, exactly, Phil. I figured that too. He's going to coach for as long as he wants, kind of. Jalen Suggs drives and gets a nice layup in the paint. First bucket of the second half, 49-38. Anthony, do not say that. Don't jinx us. Nothing is easy for the Spurs. But if we have a blowout going, then we can see Jacques Linnell. Derek White, baseline three. That one's good. Let's make it a blowout so we can at least see Jacques Linnell. We can't see Joshua Primo. He's in Austin tonight because the Spurs, the only NBA team we confirmed it tonight, the only NBA team to send their lottery pick to Austin. Yay. That makes me feel really good. Sarcasm. Not happy about that. Wagner for three. That's in and out burger. No, I don't think he can get fired, Ben. And now a whistle down the other end and an offensive foul by Kellen. We're living in San Antonio for years now, but I think that Michael Dell is buying up 30% of the team. He's going to look for the future. If he buys out the Holtz, moves the team to Austin. Gosh, I hope not. Right now, the Spurs are owned by Spurs Sports and Entertainment, aren't they? Aren't they still the primary owner? He can extend himself. That could be taken many different ways. Yeah, no, he wasn't supposed to be a lottery pick, Joe, but he was. And he is 18. Carter Jr. gets open in the paint, throws on the dunk over Kelvin's head, 52-40. 10.5 minutes to go. 2:13 is going to be rough based on the first half score, Jordan. Doug McDormatt with the three-pointer, no good. And Doug's probably not going to have a good review when I do it on Sunday, when I do my week recap, because he has not done much this week. Cole Anthony for three. That one is good. Lead is single digits. Pop's going to call a timeout. 10:08 to go. Did Kawhi start in the G League? Gosh, I don't remember. Oh, Spurs technically didn't draft him. They traded for him. Was Kawhi a lottery pick? Wasn't he? Was he drafted 14th or 15th by the Pacers? I don't remember. I feel like it was 15, so he was just outside of the lottery window, which is... Or is that a lottery pick, 15? When's lottery stop? 14, isn't it? Gosh, I don't even know. I should know this. Joe, Primo's only 18. I'm going to start a petition. Please take Drew Eubanks out. Oh, wow. Michael Dell's worth between 50 and 75 billion. Wow. Kawhi was drafted 15th? Thought so. That was a great trade for the Spurs in the long run. And it's only 12 for lottery? Why do you think it was 14? Where did I get 14 from? Nah, I don't know. Wait, or 15 is lottery. I forgot his name, Zachary. Thank you. when it comes to organizational stuff, I'm usually not good with that stuff. The front office stuff, I'll be transparent. Sorry, Robert. Yeah, Joe. Primo is 18 right now. I think he turns 19 in December. He's like the 15th youngest player to have played college basketball in the NBA, which is kind of scary when you think about it. It means there's been 14 players younger than him that were able to finish a year of college. Well, Spurs got a lead right now. Let's hold on to it. Wow, Kobe Bryant wearing a Sixers uniform? What am I watching? That just was weird. It's an NBA game, but they had Kobe in a Sixers uniform. NBA 2K22. Okay. Yes, RCB for Didoga. Why was draft 15th? We traded, was it Steven Jackson? Was that the trade? Some other names were thrown around there, but I think Steven Jackson was wasn't he the primary part of that trade? He did butterfly. He did. A lot of people hate him now. I get it, but you know what? I'd rather have him in the time we did have than not have him at all. Can we get that Spurs minus 3.5? Cole, we'll see. Oh, it's George Hill. Dang it. That's right. I don't know, I was thinking Steven Jackson. George Hill. He's the youngest player in the history to play in the NBA after playing a year in college. That's what it was, Phil. Thank you. I knew it was some kind of weird NBA stat. Courtney, they're not hitting the corner threes anymore. George Hill. Why was I thinking Steven Jackson? But Steven did play for the Spurs and the Pacers. I think that's why I was getting confused. Derek pulls up. Jumper is no good. Derek having a really quiet night. Both our guards actually. Dejounte's having an okay night. 3-point attempt by Suggs. In and out burger. That went actually in and then came back out. Coach, but passing for quite true. Ah, okay. Thank you, Drew Show. Dejounte out in 3-point land. Pick and roll with Drew Eubanks. Pull up from the free throw line is a no good. It's going to go out of play and back to the Magic. 9.5 minutes to go. 52-43. Spurs up by 9. Carl, you and me both. You and me both. I mean, we have good players, but when we look at the team, we always say it. A lot of us, potential, but at some point the potential has to show itself, or you can't just win with a bunch of kind of average talent. That's a miss by Wagner. McDermott for 3 down the other end. Air ball. Did he get fouled? Yeah, fouled. 3 free throws coming up. DeJounte Murray Spurs for life. With New Balance shoes. Yeah, he did fail. Steven Jackson stinks. Primo's going live in 5. Is he starting for the Austin Spurs tonight? Is Josh Primo starting? Doug at the line for 3, Drew. Doug at the line. First free throw is good. Zachary, I mean, some people think he's doing it intentionally. I don't know about that. Did the game pass him by? Possibly. And I hate to say that. You got to remember how long he's been coaching and his age. The game has changed since 1996, since 2000, 2005, 2010. You get all 3. Hey, that's a way to get a 3-pointer, I guess. Make your 3 free throws. Magic ball, 12-point game. Yeah, I'll have to check them out too, Joshua. Kings have to be an underrated team this year. Yeah, Jordan. They have a winning record, don't they? Last I checked, I think they do. Cole Anthony starts a drive, throws it out to Wagner. Wagner back to Anthony, thinks about a 3, takes the 3, and back irons the 3. Derek White with the rebound. That seems accurate at Zachary, about every decade. Derek spins around to the paint, and we'll have a blocking foul. Derek was all sorts of out of control, but was able to get the foul. He will go to the line for 2. No starting left. Okay, thank you, Drew. Tracy, we're winning the game. Hey, I haven't done this in a while. Go Spurs, go! 3 thumbs up away from 100. If you guys could finish it off and get it to 100, would appreciate ya. That's not the thumbs up. You can tell I'm tired. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Derek made the first free throw. 56-43. Score is 56-43. These last couple of games, I've liked how aggressive White's been. I like his aggressiveness. Second free throw is good. Yes, that is true, Butterfly. We are a small market in Texas. Facts. Phil, that's a fair assessment. Jalen Suggs into the paint. Drops it off to Wendell Carter Jr. 8 on the shot clock. Carter back out to Wagner. Wagner starts to drive baseline. Throws it over to an open Jalen Suggs for a baseline 3. That's good. Just can't leave a guy open like that. Way too open. Josh Primo is playing. Nice. Drew Eubanks in the post. Back out to Derek White for a long 3. No good. Cole Anthony with the rebound. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spurs fan, I think they're on the internet. I think. Little hook shot by Franz Wagner's good. Single digits, 9 points. I will not be watching the G League game. When this game is over, I'm done. DeJounte loses the ball in the paint. Derek White chases a loose ball down and then loses it, and it's going to go out of play. Is that staying with the Spurs? Okay. We'll turn up. Hopefully, we turn up the juice. 7:43 left. Spurs ball, 14 on the shot clock. Oh, the G League website. Okay. Oh, they're just on their website. Huh. I'll be darned. By the way, to the channel members of the chat, thank you all for being here tonight and supporting the channel. Doug McDermott starts to drive, throws up a high layup that gets blocked out of bounds. Spurs ball, 1.6 seconds on the shot clock. Mo Bamba with the block. Marion and Norman, go Spurs, go. We're up by 9, but it's not a comfortable 9-point lead. Smelling them cooking. McDermott with a 3-point attempt off the rim with the shot clock running down. I mean, what are you going to do there? Magic ball. Cole Anthony passes it out, and a 3-point attempt by Gary Harris is no good. Spurs ball. DeJounte will bring it up. Drops it off to Keldon. Keldon crossover into the paint. And tough shot, way too tough of a shot. No good. That was kind of one of those deals. 4 shot. Mo Bamba for 3. No good. That's the flaw I see in Keldon's game more so this year than his last 2 years. Is you feel like he's really forcing shots when he doesn't need to be. Doug drives into the paint and loses the ball. I miss Jonathan Simmons. 3-point attempt down the other way is no good by Gary Harris. Goes out to Cole Anthony, and the follow-up is no good. That's 2 missed threes in a row. Thaddeus Young has checked in and is playing center for the Spurs. Still no Jacques Lindell. Eubanks and Young look like they're going to be our center combination. The Spurs are 1 of 10 field goals this quarter. 1 of 10. Dad with the ball, drives up Mo Bamba, throws up a little baby hook, and it's good. Or baby hook jump shot type shot. And that's something chick is super cute and has the voice of an angel. Yeah, Doug probably is a little rusty. I'm sure he's a lot rusty. Mo Bamba in the paint gets stripped by Derek White. Spurs running. Out to Doug. Doug's going to launch a quick 3. That's no good. Doug, very rusty. But you know what? He's a vet. He's been in the NBA for, what, almost a decade? I don't know how much of the rust rule I can really use at this point. It's like, you know what I mean? If he was like a rookie, I can understand Russ. Derek breaks up a pass, knocks it out of play. It'll stay with the magic 10 on the shot clock. Yep, 6 points. Not much tracing. Not much Friday night. Just hanging out with my YouTube chat. We won't be seeing Jock all season. Timeout. You could be right. I hope you're not. No disrespect. Yeah. It's, yeah. I don't know when we're going to see him. We're in a timeout right now, though. He missed 3 games, Joshua, for he had a sore knee. I'm going to take a shot for every time the Spurs misses 3. Can't, no, you can't. What? I mean, it's 8:30 p.m. where I am, Jordan. If you're talking about the Spurs game, the Austin game starts now. Yeah, it's true, Bobby. Good point. You'll be drinking a lot if that's your rule with the Spurs shooting. 59-48. Spurs up by 11 against the team that they should beat. They already beat them twice in October, once in the preseason. Blew them out opening night. Magic have been hanging around so far. Went on with Jakob Popovich shows up and Jacques Lindell looked good in what was the Pacers blowout. They gave him 5 minutes. He scored 10 points, hit a three-pointer, had a three-point play, a shot, and an and one. I mean, obviously he's not going to do that all the time. Very frustrating. I like to see some Vassell. He usually comes in at the 5 or 6 minute mark of the first quarter. So the same thing with the third quarter in the second half rotation. So I would assume he's probably coming in any second now. Maybe he's coming in because the timeout was called. Spurs are really stinking it up offensively this quarter. What do we? Would you? Somebody say we had 6 points this quarter? Thankfully, the Magic aren't much better and not scoring. Devin looks like he could be a legit two-way player. Much improved over last year, and I got to assume he's only going to get better as time goes on. So 5:40 left in the. This dude's busting a move. 5:40 left in the third quarter. Hey, what's going on, Henry? We've got a Magic fan. Oh, you're not the only Magic fan, but Magic fans, thank you for being here tonight. And the fire gets lit. Wow, it's empty in Orlando. Much like it's empty in empty in San Antonio. Yeah, Butterfly. I was just thinking, there's a lot of empty seats there. On Kent's for San Antonio website popped an interview where he said he doesn't evaluate players on such low minutes unless it's Luka who plays. Yeah, true. Because he missed training camp. That's his reason. Carter Jr. with the ball and throws down a huge dunk on Thaddeus Young. Little poster shot. 59-50. XX Dark Reaper, another Magic fan. Let's go, Magic. Thank you for being here. 9-point game, 5:20 to go. KBD is checked in. Devin Vassell's checked in. Lonnie Walker's checked in. So the Spurs have pulled a lot of their starters and gone to the bench. DeJounte behind Thaddeus Young off the pick. Pulls up the jumper, and it's good. Hello, Ghost Player. Wow, harsh, Ben. Alcides, good evening. Joe, good evening. Go Spurs, go to both of you. Carter Jr. gets all sorts of tied up with Devin Vassell. Devin's going to get whistled for the foul. Primo is starting, I heard. .point lead. Jonte with 12 and 8. Gosh, he had 10 points going into the half, so he only scored 2 points this quarter? Dang. 61-50, we're going to have 2 free throws for the Magic. I can't see who's at the line, though. Can't see his number. Is that Jalen Suggs? First free throws, no good. Nope, that's not. That's Gary Harris. Sorry, Gary Harris at the line for 2. Missed the first free throw. I saw part of his jersey. That may be a fan with Spurs, Magic, and NBA and NBC. NBA and NBC. Wow, those were the days. T Flowers, go Spurs, go. We're up. We're up. 1 or 2 from the line for Gary Harris. Up by 10 right now. Lonnie Walker. Over to Thaddeus. Back to Devin. Devin pull-up jumper is good. Nice job by Devin Vassell with the pull-up J. That's a part of his game I'd like to see him continue to expand on. Is hitting those mid-range jumpers off the screen, creating his own shot. Right, Jordan? They're hanging around. We got to step on their throats. That's a steal by Devin Vassell as he anticipates the pass. Gets it to KBD. KBD to Thad in the paint. Thad spinning all sorts of around. Little jump hook bounces around. No good. Got to finish those when you're a foot away from the hoop, big man. And now the ball is poked away by Thad and out of play. Back to the Magic. 4 minutes to go. Here's your man, Bobby. 4:07 left, 63-51. KBD's good defensively, Butterfly. Offensively, you know what I mean? Gary Harris pull-up jumper is no good. DeJounte Murray with another rebound. It's got to be close to his double-double if he doesn't have it already. DeJounte brings it up the court. Pick and roll with Thad. Pull-up jumper is good. DeJounte's hit 2 shots in a row. 65-51. I guess with the rest of the team not scoring, he's saying, I'll give it a shot. And what the heck? You know, if nobody's hitting their shots, by all means, man. Go for it, young man. Wendell Carter Jr. drops the ball off. Back to Wendell, and that's going to be knocked out of play. Little give-and-go action with him and Terrence Ross. Spurs break it up. I don't know why we got this micro ball lineup, man. I have no idea. What is this popping up on my screen? The Blackhawks game just came up on my toolbar. I don't care about this. Why the heck is that showing up? Can I delete that? I must have hit a shortcut somewhere. It's showing me a hockey game score. I don't even follow hockey. And I don't know who WPG is in the NHL. Good evening, DeJounte, or good night, DeJounte Murray. And Devin Vassell drives in the paint with a little baby thunder dunk of justice. Devin's starting to open up his game in the third quarter. Him and DeJounte starting to take it over. Could that be our future backcourt? Devin Vassell and DeJounte Murray? I don't know. Jalen Suggs working on Devin right now. Gets it into Carter in the paint, and he jumps up and throws it in. A little jump layup. 67-55, 2:50 to go. DeJounte drives, pulls up. Short jumper, bounces around, no good. A fight for the board, and eventually Suggs will come down with it. Or, I'm sorry, not Suggs, Chuma Okeke. He'll drive in the paint, coast to coast for Chuma Okeke. 67-57, 2.5 minutes to go. The Spurs, we're the 11th oldest team? Are we really? I thought we were like one of the ice. Devin Vassell in the paint, throws up the layup, and a rolls in and out burger. That is shown what a huge block on RJ Hampton. It's who's trying to go fast break on the other end. It is Spurs ball. Lonnie out in 3 points. Has Lonnie scored tonight? He pulls up for a mid-range jumper. No good. I don't feel like I've said Lonnie Walker's name a lot tonight. Granted, it's a low-scoring game. It's 67-57. Magic ball. Suggs for 3. Boink. No good. Thaddeus Young with the rebound. Some ugly basketball tonight. 124 points. These teams aren't going to hit 200. Combined. So if you had the over-under, I hope you picked the under. Vassell for 3. Good. Corner 3. Robert, I thought we were one of the youngest teams too. You're 11th oldest. I'm a little shocked. Thad's 33, so he brings that number up quite a bit. But overall, a lot of our guys are around 25. Carter Jr. for 3. Wendell Carter Jr. nails a 3. 70-60. DeJounte will bring it up for San Antonio. Going a little one-on-one with RJ Hampton. Pick and roll with Thad. Back over to Thad. Thad will get a cutting down Vassell, and he loses the ball. Can't hold on to the pass. That's a turnover. They try to go fast break, and Thad gets the steal. So it is Spurs ball back down at the other end. And now DeJounte almost turns the ball over, and now we have a scramble for the ball. And DeJounte on the ground getting harassed by 3 Magic players. I'm 44, Joshua. Offense pretty much get anywhere on the floor. Is Josh doing? Is he getting the job done? Has he scored in that Austin game? Nice hustle by DJ and Jalen Suggs going for the ball. This jump ball will be being DJ and Chuma Okeke, I'm guessing. DJ a little shaken up on the play. Gospers go from Singapore. All right, Peter. Thank you for stopping in. And we are waiting for the jump ball. It's got to be DeJounte and Chuma. Okay. Magic win the jump ball. I guess it didn't matter. Yeah, it was Butterfly. Drew Eubanks is checked back in. Yay. Jalen Suggs out on 3-point land, guarded by KBD. Crossover pull-up, no good. DeJounte with another rebound, so apparently he's okay, and he definitely has a double-double now. Just need his assist to go up a little bit. DeJounte starts to drive, and now a whistle on RJ Hampton. Lance, what's up? Go Spurs go from Singapore. Is that how we ranked 24th? Really? Now, Ghost player, I'm not sure. Lonnie's having an exact similar season to last year. When he started, he really struggled. If he plays like this the rest of the year, he's not going to get a contract extension. Spurs ball. Speaking of which, Lonnie with the ball right now. I hope he proves me wrong. Pull-up jumper from Lonnie is good. Hey, there you go. You heard me talking about him. There you go. 24.7. There we go. I say, we're a young team. William, I hope so too. Go Spurs go from Australia. Well, this should help you be less bored. Check this out. Have fun. Right to Bitsky, thank you for being a supporter of the channel. Appreciate you being here. It is Magic Ball, 12-point game, drive to the hoop, and ball's lost out of play by RJ Hampton, and it'll stay with the Spurs. 72-60. 2.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Hopefully no fourth quarter meltdown for the good guys. Both teams in the bonus. We definitely need to, yeah, we do, Doja. Me too, Peter. Good morning to you then, Drew. I think you're in here earlier, but first free throw is good by Terrence Ross. Yes, it is cold in Connecticut. And I'm sorry, I'm not Captain Energy tonight. If you haven't heard, I was in my music studio today for like 2 hours singing. And Demisel with almost a full court three hits the front of the rim, but it does not go in. We'll go to the fourth quarter set. My voice is kind of shot. I can't do my normal commentary. Don't say that, Marcus. Never say that. Zayed, yes, Thaddeus Young is our only player above 30. He is 33. The rest of the roster, I believe, is 29 and under. I think Doug is the next oldest player. Al-Farouq Amino was over 30, but we shipped him out of here. Yes, Ben, I get free Celtics game. Well, not free. It's part of my cable. I get the Celtics and the Nets, which is why I've started calling Nets games. Bucks and Knicks. All right. Knicks are good this year. What the heck happened there? I am a little tired. Not tired, just my throat's exhausted from not even singing. It was a lot of screaming. You need the Knicks to lose by 4. You bet a lot of games tonight. What's that all about? Commercial break. Fourth quarter on the way. I mean, the Knicks were bad for quite a few years. Young players, draft picks finally started to turn the team around. I'm hoping the Spurs kind of follow that and turn things around next year. Preferably turn them around this year. Go Spurs, go from Greece. We keep staying at this 10-point lead. Yeah, exactly, Jordan. Just keep sitting at the 10-point lead. Gosh, you would hope so. And the Spurs aren't playing tomorrow. So, I guess I'll let the chat now everybody know now. The Spurs play Sunday against Oklahoma City at 4. Historically speaking, Sunday streams don't do well for me when it comes to NBA, especially the NFL. The Giants play at 1 against the Raiders, and one of my friends is a Raiders fan. And I have noticed when the Spurs play teams that are not very popular, our streams are doing worse and worse. I think people are already giving up on the team. So that being said, I'm probably not going to call Sunday's game, especially if I hang out with my buddy that's a Raiders fan. I mean, it's the Giants and Raiders. That game will get over until 4:15. If I'm at his place, I definitely would be running late. If he's here, I'm not going to kick him out immediately when the game's over. So if I end up getting together with friends for the Raiders Giants, I probably won't be doing the game. And I'm leaning towards not doing the game anyway, just because Sunday afternoon games, the turnout's always abysmal for a lot of streamers, myself included, for the NBA. Plus, it'd be nice to have a day off. I mean, I might watch the game anyway and just kind of chill. I will be doing my recap on Sunday. I'll have that up probably around 11:30 like normally, but I might just take the day off. Go Spurs, go from the bottle. It's good to have time off once in a while because I didn't do that last year. I tried calling all 82 games, and if I'm singing again on Sunday to finish up the Rage Against the Machine song, then fourth quarter has started. My voice is going to be shot again. Magic Ball. Quick pull-up jumper is no good by Mo Bamba. Thank you, Butterfly. That's all good. But yeah, I'm eyeballing the Sunday afternoon games are really rough. KBD drives into the paint, throws up the layup. It's not all about numbers for me. You know, I enjoy hanging out doing the streams. But you also have to be realistic as a content creator. If people are losing some interest on content, or at least losing interest when who is a bad team plays a bad team, that's, you know, it's going to be only the diehard Spurs and Magic fans. KBD at the line for 2, which we are. So I'll probably watch the Spurs and OKC. I just probably won't be calling it. I know, J Money. I wish Josh Primo was not there. He makes both, and he was in. What's the San Antonio team? Bacon. It's a very low scoring game. Wieskamp, I don't think he'll be up with the San Antonio team anytime soon. Well, who knows? Tears it up in the G League, maybe. Anything's possible. Jalen Suggs with the ball right now. 8 on the shot clock. We'll pass it out to a cutting R.J. Hampton. Gets it into the paint to Mobamba. Ball's going to go out of play. Going to stay, well, going to go to San Antonio. What's up, your vibe check? There aren't many who call games. Zyra, is there less people streaming games this year? I'd rather watch this year's team in Syracuse. Yeah, Joshua, I mean, it's interesting watching them. But are there less NBA streamers this year? Lonnie Walker pulls up, and the jumper's short. I know it's getting harder and harder to get crowds because more and more people are doing the illegal activity and showing it. I've even seen people show Lakers games and Warriors games on YouTube. Their channel gets pulled down like the next day, but still it kills channels like, you know, ours for one night. Back-to-back threes for the Magic. The first one missed by Okeke, but Mobama hits the second one. Second chance points. Small lineup will do that. Lonnie over to KBD for the open baseline 3. KBD, that looked like an air ball. Drew Banks gets a loose ball over to Lonnie for 3. That one's good, though. All right, Lonnie must have heard me talking some smack and turned his game up. Taj Tulsi, what's going on? Go Spurs, go all day. Mobamba, the ball's stuck! Mobamba with the shot, and the ball got stuck between the rim and the backboard. You do not see that often. Hey, here you go, friends. Go Spurs, go. Stuck. I don't think, have I had that happen on my hoop? I don't think so. I did at my buddy's house and just had, you know, I had to jump up and poke it out of the stuck spot, but still, it doesn't happen often. So we'll have a jump ball because of the stuck ball. I got lead pass by Lemon Joe. Joshua, I'm in Connecticut. Josh, are you a Giants fan? Cause that wedge. Yes, he did, Bobby. He did. The Magic win the jump ball. They'll have a fresh 24. Selena is back, and the Spurs need to win, Justine, with her hanging out on the couch. They try to get it to Mobamba. Forced pass. That's a turnover. Lonnie Walker gets the steal, brings it up the court, takes off into the paint, and misses the layup. I like the aggression. Didn't convert, but I like, you know, the coast-to-coast effort. Magic ball right now down 77-65. R.J. Hampton deep out in three-point territory. Get it to Cole Anthony. Anthony drives on Derek White. Throws up a difficult layup. Not man, that difficult, but still, he hit the layup is what I'm trying to say. 10-point game. We're just letting the Magic linger at this 10-point mark. I don't feel comfortable about it. And the ball's almost stolen by Chuma Okeke. Derek White's pass was knocked out of play. Spurs ball. 12th youngest team. Okay. Joe, it's a dangerous combo, but oh my God, it's sneezing a string. He hasn't really put it together yet. He's inconsistent. I like Lonnie. He is our most athletic player, but being the most athletic does not guarantee you're going to be a good basketball player. Derek drives in the paint, runs right back out, right back into the paint. Pull up little jump hook is good. 79-67. Tabitsky, I think DeJounte has the best chance right now out of any of the Spurs, statistically speaking. Derek with 12 points and 8 rebounds. Huh. Cole Anthony gets it over to Chume Akeke into Mo Bamba in the paint. Ball's going to go out of play, and it's going to be Spurs ball as multiple Spurs fall down on that play. Niners fan? Nah, no, Carl, no more. I don't do the kiss with Salian anymore. Jordan, yeah, they just have to start hitting a few shots. It's being very close. Derek with the ball right now. It's just been a 10 to 12 point lead all night, feels like. Derek drives in the paint, throws up a wild shot, was hoping for a foul, not going to get it as he goes down. We haven't had a lot of Selena luck. 3-point attempt is good for RJ Hampton. Single digit game. Bengals, the problem is we have a lot of players that play similar position. Josh Primo waiting the wings. Brandon Forbes, for whatever reason, he's back. Devin Vassell, we just have a lot of guards. Doug McDermott with the runner in the paint. Eventually, we're going to have to get rid of some of these guards because we're just too darn small up there half the time. Zachary, GSG is right. Nice logo. Have you had that green Z all night? I just noticed it. Cole Anthony for 3. Good. 8-point game. They're just chipping away at the lead. 7:45 to go. Just knocking on the Spurs door. Daddy Shung with it out in 3-point land. Drops it off to Keldon. Keldon will drive into the paint and get stripped. And do we have a foul? Let's take a look at the replay. Keldon got hit in the head. How's that not a foul? Oh my gosh. Obama actually just smashed him in the face. No foul. Ball just gets knocked out of play. Dang. That was total face ball. How's that not a foul? Man, we're getting really, we are getting hosed on some calls this year. I mean, I'm a Spurs fan, but if a Spurs player, DeJounte with the runner, it's good. If somebody just hacked a Magic player, I'd say that's a foul. He hacked him in the face. Whatever. And now a turnover by Chume Akeke. Just thought about shooting a 3 and then tried to pass it and it just kind of died. Keldon drives to the paint. Oh, angry Keldon. Thunder dunk of justice. He said, screw this. Now he's hulking up, doing his thing. Boy Candle, there's under 8 minutes to go. They just took the game clock down. I'm sorry. Keldon, angry after the non-call. 7:07 left. Goes in there and throws down the big old tomahawk. And we've seen that when Keldon gets fired up, he tends to dunk a little more. Not a foul no more, right? Exactly, Bobby. That's how you respond after a non-call. Get in there and throw it down with righteous fury and anger. That's what I like to see. Let's beat this team that's half a game worse than us. They're 2-7. Exactly. Finally got some nasty. Roughing the passer. You know what? Zachary, if you did that in the NFL and a quarterback, that would be roughing the passer. You can't hit him in the head at all. Big body dunk. Needed it. He can do it. He's got some ups. Just parted went up the defense, and that was that. So nice job by Keldon Johnson. Spurs are up by 12. And we're in a commercial break. Kittle back Sunday for the Niners. Man, remember when George Kittle was like one of the best tight ends in the NFL? Ever since that huge year, I think he's been hurt every year since then, hasn't he? At the 5-minute mark, they took out Primo on the dot. Seriously? Robert Pirtle's going to be out probably for at least 11 more days. I believe it's a 14-day health and safety protocol, so he's going to be out all of next week. Someone tell the Giants he's knocked him out for a year. The NFC Championship game, Leonard Marshall pancaked him, and he then missed the next year. We should lose Forbes again. We don't. I like Bryn Forbes. We don't need him. We have plenty of guards. I don't know why they brought him back. Maybe they figure we need more three-point shooting. You got an 18-year-old that seems to be able to hit the three, wasting his time in Austin. Well, not wasting his time, but you know what I mean. Nowitzki, would it be better if D White you put on the second unit? Somebody, people have asked if Derek White should be on the second unit, and have they either Lonnie or Devin start. I mean, Devin could start taking away Lonnie's minutes because while Lonnie's more athletic, they're both fairly similar 3-point shooters. Devin, though, a better defensive player. And Lonnie's in his fourth year. Devin's only in his second now. Devin's getting more opportunities than Lonnie did, especially in Lonnie's first 2 years. He didn't really get any. Keldon 5-11 from the field tonight, but he does have 8 rebounds and 2 assists. I'll take that. It is Magic Ball 85-73, 7 minutes to go in the game. Cole Anthony drives and he throws down a huge dunk. Wow, Cole Anthony just said, all right, I can do that too. Goes right up the paint. And that's what happens when your center's Thaddeus Young, who's 6'9", and you have an undersized lineup with a bunch of guard-sized players. That in the paint right now, jump hook over Mobama is good. If we would let Print play the whole first quarter, that wouldn't be fair to Andrew. Well, yeah. Polo's either... no, the whole team is a VAX butterfly. Yak has it. The whole team has it. He just still caught it. It happens. Magic with some nice ball movement. Now a 3-point attempt is good. 9-point game. 6:11 to go. Gary on, I'll be back. Corrich. Corrich, I don't think I'm calling that game. Just as a heads up. And now a turnover for the Spurs. Magic got a fast break. And that's an easy layup for RJ Hampton. It's now a 7-point game. 5:56. Yeah, I'm not calling Sunday's game. The Giants play the Raiders. I'll probably get together with friends or a buddy for that. And when the Spurs play bad teams, the turnouts are really low. Tonight's game's an example, the Pacers. So I'll still watch them, but I might focus more on just calling DeJounte with a quick pull-up jumper when they're playing teams that are a little more popular because, you know what? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I would like to take some games off. And if I'm going to take games off, it's going to be against teams that are bad, is what I'm trying to say. DJ with 18, 10, and 4. That's a miss, and it's Spurs ball. So DeJounte with a double-double. Pretty much no chance at a triple-double, though, with only 4 assists with 5 minutes to go. DeJounte pull-up baseline jumper. Good! 91-80. 1-1 at threes and 2 for 4. Primo at 5. Selena, what's up, Saul? 77. But yeah, I'm going to take Spurs games off here and there, something I didn't do last season, which is why I got burned out. And I think when they're playing teams that are bad, I will probably, even though we're bad too, those would be the games I take off. Jump hook by Franz Wagner is no good, but the Magic get the ball back. 91-80, 4:40 to go. Cole Anthony way out in three-point land, especially Sunday games. I mentioned in the chat earlier, anybody coming in, Sunday games are just brutal for turnouts because the NFL's on. And it's a sunny afternoon. And I just dropped that on the floor. I knew that was going to happen. Foul on the Spurs. 4:33 to go. What's up, Blue? We are winning against a bad team, though. I'm happy we're winning. This Magic team is 2-7. Who we beat twice in October. If you guys don't remember, we beat them in the preseason by, I think, 1 point and then blew them out on opening night. The Spurs should win this because you've already beat them twice the last times you've seen them in less than, 3 weeks? That's a steal by DeJounte Murray. Spurs got numbers. Keldon into the paint. And another two-handed Thunder dunk of justice. Enough said. Oh no, Drew's coming in. Keldon, not to that. It's 2 dunks in a row for Keldon, playing angry. 4 minutes to go. Cole Anthony launches a 3 a mile away. No good. And the rebound by Franz Wagner, and now defensive foul on the Spurs. Not a fan of small ball either. Too small ball. A little too small. I mean, we're seeing that, the Pacers destroyed us in the paint. Lakers destroyed us in the paint. Might work once in a while. Wait, the Spurs are down by 12? Austin Spurs, that is? Oh, Drew Eubanks absolutely Chuck Norris chops Cole Anthony. Good evening, Calvin, another supporter of the channel. Thank you for being here. Tuning in from the West Coast. Looking good. West Side. Drew Eubanks is not a good player. Uh, oh, was that a kind of a phantom foul? If it was, good job acting by Cole Anthony. Pop is complaining about that. Might have been a phantom call. Pacers Lakers have way better. Yes, they do, Joshua. And they play their bigs. We have one on the bench that we're at Primo's in G League. Austin Spurs. Timeout. I don't think Pop liked that call. I only saw it once, but it looked like I don't know if Drew did Chuck Norris hack him. Peter, yes, energetic. Seems like a nice dude. Love his hustle on the court, but talent-wise, it's not where I would like it to be as my backup center. So I could see the next year or even later this year, either Jakob and Jacques will be our rotation, or Zach Collins could potentially be one of our centers, or Zach plays the 4 spot, and then we have a legit big man at power forward at 6'10 that can hit the threes. Tabitsky 10-10 drops. I don't know what that is, but thank you. Let's win this. Go Spurs, go. I have no idea what that is, that symbol, but thank you for supporting the channel. Can we blame the new Wilson balls for all the turnovers? Sure. Why not? Yeah, I agree. Drew Eubanks, I thought, played better last season than what I'm seeing this season. He has a very small contract. He could be a player that gets traded in a package deal. I mean, I like Drew, but you can like a player, but if they're not producing, then at some point you have to cut ties. Oh, Pesos, Zachary, thank you. I was looking at it. I appreciate it. I was like, I don't know what the little, I don't know foreign money at all. I'm terrible with that. Timeout. Maybe we're getting a challenge by Pop. Post Malone commercial. Who plays Magic the Gathering? Huge Magic the Gathering player. I saw him on game nights. Yep, I'm a player. I play like twice a month with buddies. Tracy, we got to keep this up. We do not want to drop to 2-7. The team we're playing is 2-7. Zach at the starting 4, move KJ to the 2, Doug to the 3, and White to the bench. I like Kelman at small forward. I don't know if I like Kelman at shooting guard. That was my thought on a starting lineup, though. Yak probably starts starting at center. 4 would be Zach Collins, if he becomes the player we hope he can be. Keldon at the 3. And dropped it again. Yeah, stop playing with this thing. And, gosh, I mean, Dunn was a bench player most of his career. I don't know what the heck we're going to do. Thank you, Bobby. Who's cooking? You're not cooking. Yeah, dude. Blah, 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 blah. What the? Get the... All right. If you get it. Oh, nice steal by Devin Vassell, anticipating the pass. Gets it to KJ. KJ into the paint. Throws a high up off the glass, and it's good and one. And that's what I like about Devin Vassell. Defensively, easily one of the best defenders on our team. Definitely top 4. DeJounte's on that list. Jakob's on that list. Derek and Devin. Which order? I don't really know what order to put them in. But those are our top 4 defenders. Orlando should trade for Dwight Howard. I don't think he wants to go back there. Oh, nice, Gabriel. I've been playing since Kellen makes a free throw. I started playing in 2003 casually. Legacy, maybe. I guess I just played the Artifact Affinity and a few other tribal decks. Really started playing on the regular 2011 when the first Commander decks came out. Commander's huge now, but it wasn't when I started playing it. Cole Anthony takes it to the paint. Layup is good. And he gets called for a charge. Never mind. I was ready to say maybe and one. Oh, $6? Hey, the green Carlos Jeter. Well, thank you for the $6 super chat. I had no idea what P125 was. McDormand. Yeah, I don't really like Doug as a starter. He's not in our long-term plans. So I would rather Zach Collins start at the 4 and Keldon at the 3 and have Doug come off the bench later this season. If Zach Collins is healthy and he can be somewhat of the player we think he can be. I really like Devin's game. He could be if he could develop like the guy that left a few years back, Start averaging double-digit points this year, 2 steals, and then next year starts getting talked about as one of the best defenders in the NBA. That would be pretty cool. That looks like a charge. Daddy Shung was not in the illegal spot. I don't know what you call it. 614. Spurs. Oh gosh, the Vipers are crushing us. Primo's only 3 for 8. Well, it's not that I don't mind Doug Glaze and Bacon. I feel we need bigger. He's traditionally a small forward, and we're playing him at power forward, and then of course we're trying to play Kelman at power forward at times. It just doesn't work. I'd rather see Zach Collins at power forward if he's healthy and is playing well. This probably is more next year than this year, but to have a guy 6'10" at power forward and instead of 6'8", I think it would really help out with some of the rebounding issues we're having. Why is there notification of time? James, I don't do a game clock anymore. I really want to focus on enjoying the game, calling it, and talking to you guys. With the game clock, I'm always stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. I'm always out of sync because of what's happening on commercials. So I was like, you know what? Focus on having fun with the game. Go, 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 Spurs from the Philippines. All right, Ian, thank you for stopping in. Austin Jackson with the surprising face. Surprised the Spurs are winning? I mean, we beat this team twice last month. We should be winning. Wow, they called a block on Thaddeus Young. I don't know if I agree with that call, but it is what it is. Anthony will be at the line for 2. Told you we're due for a win. You weren't kidding. Game's not over yet. 3:33 left. And the bucket was good, so it wasn't and one. So my apologies. 96-83. 3:33 left. Spurs up by 13. Sports streamer, I have been a Spurs fan for 30 years. I either started watching him or liking him at the end of 90. Derek White drives, can't make the shot, gets his own miss, and puts it back, and can't put it back in. I either started watching them at the end of 90 or early 91. I honestly don't remember. I know it's the 90-91 season. It was 30 years either way. Cole Anthony into the paint, misses a shot. Thaddeus Young with the rebound. Come on, San Antonio, close this game out. It's bad enough I'm a Giants fan under 2-6, but I don't want to deal with the Spurs being 2-6. Let's make it 3-6. Maybe the Giants can go to 3-6. That's turnover by DeJounte. Here come the Magic, 2:45 to go. They're going to have to score quick. Wendell Carter Jr. fakes the 3, passes it out to Suggs for 3. No good. Derek White with the rebound. Precious Achiuwa, we could have drafted him. We didn't. And now a whistle. She does it better. Much better. Spurs ball. 2:34. Thankfully, the Magic have got the lead down to about 9. It's sat in that 9 to 12 area, but the Spurs have done a good job of every time the Magic start to push a little, the Spurs push back. Exactly, Butterfly. Don't blow it. You blew it. You had one job to do and you blew it. Don't blow it. Nice, Drew. I was not watching basketball at all when they drafted David in '87. With David's what made me a fan. I discovered him in 1990. I'm honest, I think it's 1990, end of 1990, and just started watching the team from then. Who's your favorite Giants player of all time? Sports streamer, it's Eli Manning. On the current roster, I mean, everybody's hurt. I mean, I'd like to say Saquon, but he didn't play really last season, hasn't played this season. The year before he was injured all the time. He's a fun player to watch. I don't really know who my favorite player is on the team right now. Everybody's hurt. Every time I like a player, they get hurt. I was warming up to Kadarius Toney, and he got hurt. Jonathan Murray with the ball, 2.5 minutes. Into Thad. Thad with the jumper. It's good. Spurs trying to get to the 100-point mark. Sorry, that was weird. It's good. What's up, Mason? Hey, Rich and Celine, I'm guessing. Third victory, Carlos. They're 2-6 right now, trying to get to 3-6 as we have another whistle. Pop has had a scratch on his forehead. I don't watch hockey. I think we're going to have a charge or a block. Derek White gets bowled over, but he's one of the best at taking charge of the NBA. Spurs are 2-6, trying to get to 3-6. Yep, that's turnover for the Magic. It's Spurs ball. 2 minutes to go. Derek White has 7 charges this year. That leads the NBA. So he's still doing his Derek White chargy thing. Thad with the ball, and he passes it to somebody not on his team and gets the ball back. And now it's going to go out of play, and it's going to be Spurs ball. Nice hustle. I only caught the last few years of Lawrence Taylor's career. He's one of my favorite Giants of all time, but I only saw the last 4 years. I saw Eli his entire career. Had I grown up watching the Giants throughout the 80s, LT probably would be my favorite player, but I only saw a few years. Devin with the ball. Fakes in the paint, gets it out to Keldon. Keldon gets the ball knocked out, and it's going to be off Keldon, trying to do too much there. That's what I don't like to see about Keldon. If you were watching the game, you just saw there he was trying to do way too much to try to score there. I don't know what... Oh, David was ridiculously athletic. Freakishly athletic for a man his size at 7'1", and ripped. I think he was underrated. I think people just look at the lack of success in the playoffs. Nice steal by DeJounte Murray. DeJounte to Keldon. Keldon finds an open Devin Vassell. And Devin gets blocked by Franz Wagner. No. Magic still trying to win this game. Franz with a 3. Good. 98-86. 1:05 to go. Phil McConkey, nice. The tuck rule. Under a minute to go. Spurs should win this, barring a crazy miracle by the Magic. DeJounte gets a cutting Keldon, and Keldon with the layup, and it's good. 186. This will be a win. Yep. Keldon actually finished pretty strong tonight. Cole Anthony just launches a long 3. He made it. Wow. Under 40 seconds to go, though. Frank Gifford, absolutely. Fat gap. Leonard Marshall, Pepper Johnson, Bondy Hampton, O.J. Anderson, Phil Simms, Jeff Hosteller, Mark Ingram, Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker. I remember all those guys. Harry Carson. Thad with the ball into the paint. Little jump hook is it is good. It was bouncing around, and the Spurs will win this game. 18 seconds to go. It's the only team we can beat. Wagner, baseline 3. No good. And Keldon with the rebound, and that'll do it. Well, we beat a bad team, but you know what? Spurs fans, our record says that we're a bad team too. I hate to say it, we're 3-6 now. We're a bad team. The Magic dropped to 2-8. If there are any Magic fans here, thank you for hanging out. Spurs fans, Magic fans, if you did not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Spurs fans, of course, thank you for being here as always. I will likely not be doing the OKC game. This is actually the worst stream I've had in a long time. Not because of you guys. It's 2 bad teams. And we're going to have 2 bad teams on Sunday, and Sunday streams always do bad for me against the NFL, so I'll probably just take the day off. But let's pull up some stats pull up some final stats. The starters for the Magic: Wagner 7, Carter Jr. 13 and 10, Mo Bamba 12, Anthony 21, 9 and 6. Cole Anthony had a fine game. Suggs 12 points. Off the bench: Harris 3, Okeke 8, Ross 2, Hampton 11. So in a 9-man rotation for Magic, and a win is a win. You're welcome, Butterfly. I know I'll be live for the Bulls and Nets next Tuesday. I'm very excited for that one. Have a good evening, everybody. And this final stats for the Spurs: Keldon with 20 and 9. Had actually a decent game. Shot 8 of 15 from the field. Nice to see him on the positive on that side. Doug McDermott, 10 points. Bad shooting night for Doug. 3 of 11. Drew Eubanks gave us 5 and 4, but he was 1 of 5 from the field. Not a really good night for Drew. Derek White, 12, 9 and 4. DeJounte finished with 12, 11 and 7. So he actually did get close to sniffing a triple-double. Good night for DeJounte. Our guards in the positive again. Derek plus 10, DeJounte plus 14. Off the bench, Thad, really efficient, plus 16. He gave us 12 points, 12, 4, and 5, plus 2 steals and 3 blocks. He did a little of everything. Lonnie Walker with 7. Devin Vassell with 12 points. KBD with 2. Trey Jones with 2. Bryn Forbes, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. No stats, no shots, no turnovers, nothing. Why do we bring Bryn back? Joshua, that's true. They're out on a Friday night, but also Sundays are rough for me too. I was like, you know what? If the Spurs are playing a bad team on Sunday during the NFL season, I'm just going to take the day off. It's good to take a day off once in a while. My voice is hoarse right now from singing today, and I still have another song or some parts to finish on the song this weekend. So my voice will probably be very hoarse Sunday. And let me check out my streaming schedule for next week for those that are still here. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. And I don't want you thinking like I'm not giving up on the channel or not doing Spurs games. So yeah, actually I'm gonna have a little time off. My next game will be the 8th, so I'll take a couple days off. Nets versus Bulls, and then we'll have the Kings versus the Spurs, and then the Mavs and Spurs on the 12th. So I'll be streaming next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Oh, perfect. I like that. MWF, 3 days. Nice, easy schedule. I'll be on Spurs Tube next Friday after the post game with the Mavs and Spurs. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all hanging out. And hey, we got to win. We needed it. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!